time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ray Winder Field. Phil Elson with you tonight as Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Wichita Wranglers in Game 2 of a 5-game series. It's a splendid early evening for baseball in Little Rock, 80 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour winds, not a single cloud in the sky, and we should be en route to a fantastic night of baseball at Ray Winder Field. We thank you for tuning in to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Don't forget that your future can be improved through education. You can prepare now at ITT Tech in Little Rock. And for details, just go online to itt-tech.edu. Well, the Travelers yesterday with one of their more impressive wins of the season, defeating the Wranglers 11-10. Things didn't look very good until the Travs came to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. They were trailing 6-0 before they even got their first up. But they were able to put up 19 base hits yesterday, scoring 11 runs and one in 10 innings over the Wranglers. Aaron Peel led the offense, go with 5 base hits, including the game winner in the 10th inning, knocking in Eric Rodlin with a flare single to right field. Peel was finished with a couple of doubles and a triple in the game. Had been 0 for 17 in the previous series against the Tulsa Drillers, and so Aaron Peel broke out big time yesterday, helping the Travs snap a 5-game losing streak. But today at Ray Winder Field, the Travelers will be sending left-hander Daniel Davidson to the hill for start number 4 on the season. Davidson still looking for his first decision. No wins, no losses, but a 4.86 ERA. He'll be going up against the Wranglers for the second time. Got a no decision against them on April 12th. And the Travs will be facing off against Sung Song, 6'1" right-hander from South Korea. Song, who has made 3 starts this year, 0-1 record, and a 6.14 ERA. He also got a no decision against the Travelers on April the 12th. Travs won that game by 5-4 final score. As we mentioned, a beautiful day for baseball. Yesterday there was rain, there were clouds, it was a little bit cold, but today, absolutely picture-perfect evening for Texas League Baseball. And we thank you for tuning in. We'll take a break and return with all the box scores from yesterday in the Texas League. One game's already been finished today in Springfield, and the Angels Ag Pro Farm Report as well. All next on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field for the second segment of the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. I'm Phil Elson with you at the ballpark. We're getting set for action. Tonight, the Arkansas Travelers battle the Wichita Wranglers, Game 2 of a 5-game series, and first pitch set for about 16 minutes from now. It'll be thrown by Traveler lefty Daniel Davidson. Across the Texas League yesterday, Springfield pulled out a 4-3 win over the Tulsa Drillers. Rico Washington with a couple of RBIs. He leads the entire minor leagues, Washington does, by driving in 23. Chris Russ got the win and Dan Coley the loser. But Springfield was able to tie Tulsa for first place in the Texas League North until this morning, or actually this afternoon baseball in Springfield, and Tulsa scored 5 runs over the last 2 innings to pull it out 9-6 at Springfield. Jordan Zarnicki hit his 5th home run of the season. It was a 3-run shot in the 8th that helped the Drillers rally back. Matt McCree and Chris Iannetta also going deep for the first-place Drillers. Judd Songster was the winner. Mark Worrell gave up a 3-run homer to Zarnicki. Manuel Corpus came on for the save. So Tulsa with a 1-game lead over Springfield as we get into nighttime action. In the South Division yesterday, the Corpus Christi Hooks defeated Frisco by a final score of 9-3. The Hooks now with a 4-game winning streak and a 1-game lead on second place Midland. 19 hits last night for the Hooks, including 3 from Josh Anderson, their leadoff batter and center fielder. Also hit his first home run of the season. It was a 2-run shot in the second inning off the losing pitcher Galarraga. Miller gets the win for Corpus. He goes 3-1 with 5 pretty decent innings, and Galarraga drops to 0-3 for Frisco with a 7.71 ERA. And San Antonio lost their 7th consecutive game. They lose at Midland 7-6. Missions had a 5-2 lead after the 3rd. Their offense was only able to muster up 1 more run the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Midland goes to 12 base hits. Snyder 3 for 3, 2 runs scored. Lance Turner, their right fielder, went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Hit his 2nd home run of the season, and Matt Allegra drove in a pair of runs for the Midland Rockhounds to go to 8-7. They're 1 game in back of Corpus, with Frisco a game and a half out, and the San Antonio Missions at 5-9 are 3.5 out. Travs today 7 wins, 8 losses. They are 2.5 games in back of, actually 3.5 games in back of first place Springfield, and 2.5 games in back of second place Tulsa, part the other way around. 2.5 games in back of Springfield, 3.5 in back of Tulsa. Wichita pulling up the rear with a league worst record of 3-12. They are 7.5 games out. Tonight in the Texas League, Midland hosting San Antonio. That game should have started by now. We're also getting a game at Frisco, Corpus Christi taking on the Rough Riders, 7 o'clock first pitch. San Antonio trying to end that 7-game losing streak, and they have a 0-0 score at Midland in the bottom of the first. News from across the Angels organization. First, let you know the AAA Salt Lake yesterday was a loser 7-6 to Tucson. Greg Jones giving up 4 runs in the top of the 9th to lose the ball game. Mike Napoli hit his 2nd home run of the season, and Nick Gorneau hit his 3rd for the losing Salt Lake Stingers. Rancho Cucamonga shuts out Modesto 11-0. They out-hit the A's 15-3. Cliff Ramol 4 for 5, 3 runs batted in, his first home run of the season. Fernando Rodriguez gets the win, 6 shutout innings, his record 2-0. And there's another Rodriguez in the news for the Angels, and we'll get to him in just a minute. Cedar Rapids was a winner at Southwest Michigan in the Midwest League yesterday, 12-6. Even though they allowed 12 hits, the Colonels put up 14 base hits. Clint Whipke led the way with 3 hits, including 2 runs batted in. Winning pitcher yesterday for Cedar Rapids was Dustin Mosbach. He goes to 1-0, gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. A couple of moves in the Angels organization, one of them involving the Travelers. Stephen Shell has been promoted to AAA Salt Lake. And so the Travelers losing tomorrow's starting pitchers. Remember, Kevin Gregg went up to Anaheim just a few days ago, taking the spot of Bartolo Colon in the 15-day DL. So Kevin Gregg takes his spot on the Angels roster, and then Stephen Shell will be making his AAA debut sometime over the next couple of days. So good luck to Stephen Shell. We certainly do not expect to see him back here in Little Rock ever again. Shell was 1-2 this year with a 4.00 ERA. Meanwhile, the Travelers will be welcoming later today hard-throwing right-hander Rafael Rodriguez into the Travelers starting pitching rotation. Rafael is 6'1". He is 175 pounds and just 21 years old with a blazing fastball, and he used that fastball to the tune of 3 wins and no losses in 3 games in the California League. He had a minuscule ERA of 0.53, which was the best in the California League, and that's a hitter's circuit. 17 innings for Rodriguez, with the Quakes allowing only 1 run with 20 strikeouts. He walked only 1 and allowed 15 base hits. No word on when Rodriguez will make his AA debut, so it's going to be announced for the Travelers tomorrow afternoon against the Wichita Wranglers. And good news coming from AAA Salt Lake, Reggie Willett is getting his first promotion to the Major League. Willits was batting .298 with 1 home run and 8 RBIs for the Salt Lake Bees when Juan Rivera was placed on the disabled list with a rib cage pull, and so Willits gets the call to the Angels. He did not play today. The Angels were a winner today, defeating the Oakland Athletics 5-4. Willits did not get a start in that ball game, so certainly Reggie Willits, an all-star last year for the Travelers, one of the nicer guys that's come here through Little Rock, plays very hard, native of Oklahoma. Good luck to Reggie Willits. Hope you stick up there. Reggie Willits getting his first call to the Major League. Congratulations to former Traveler Reggie Willits. That's your AgPro Farm Report, brought to you by AgPro Central Arkansas, which is located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, in England. Proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at AgPro's website, and that's agprocompanies.com. Coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show, we'll take a quick look at the scores from the Major Leagues on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
No, think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Tech pregame show, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Elson with you. We'll have a look at the starting lineup next segment. First, we'll also be looking at the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard after the performing of the Star Spangled Banner. Mark McClellan with the Star-Spangled Banner. Interesting finish. Let's get to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard with the final scores in the National League today. Milwaukee, with Major League history, hitting 5 home runs in the 4th inning. They shut out Cincinnati 11-0 with Dave Bush going the distance for the 4-hitter. Damian Miller, Brady Clark, Bill Hall, J.J. Hardy, and Prince Fielder all connect on a home run each in the 4th inning, where the Brewers scored 7 runs to even their record at 9-9. The St. Louis Cardinals were 4-1 winners over the Cubs today, with Albert Pujols delivering the game-winning hit. Sidney Ponson is 2-0 as a Cardinal, and Jason Idringhausen saved his 5th. 2 rainouts already announced in the National League. Atlanta and Washington rained out. They had a 2.5-hour rain delay yesterday. They'll make that game up as part of a doubleheader in September. Florida and Philadelphia also rained out. They've got to make that game up on July the 30th. In the American League East Finals, the Yankees defeated Baltimore 6-1 at the stadium today, with Sean Chacon winning his 2nd. Daniel Cabrera falls to 1-2. Toronto 8. The Boston Red Sox won. Roy Halladay is 2-1 after the win. Benji Molina hit his 3rd home run. Walker the save. DiNardo took the loss. But bad news coming out of Toronto as A.J. Burnett was placed on the 15-day disabled list after coming out of yesterday's game with a sore elbow. It's already the 2nd stint for A.J. Burnett on the 15-day DL. The season not even yet 1 month old. L.A. Angels 5, Oakland A's 4. That'll get the Angels to 9-9. Jeff Weaver with his first win as an Angel. Garrett Anderson finished 4 for 4 with his 4th home run. And former Traveler Frankie Rodriguez saved his 6th of the year. Dan Herron, the losing pitcher, falls to 0-2. And Nick Swisher hit a grand slam for the A's. It was his 7th. In the American League right now, the White Sox, on the strength of a homer from Jermaine Dye in the 1st, lead Minnesota 3-0 in the top of the 4th. Kansas City trying to end an 11-game losing streak. Well, KC is shutting out Cleveland already in the top of the 4th inning, 7-0. And Joe Mays has gone 3 innings with no-hit ball. Top of the 1st is Texas, and the Devil Rays and the Rangers has just gotten underway. Seattle hosting Detroit tonight in about an hour. Gil Mesh versus Nate Robertson. National League, the Pirates trailing Houston in the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Taylor Buchholz has not allowed a base hit against the Pirates. Starting about right now, Colorado hosting San Francisco. Brad Hennessy and Cook are the starting pitchers. The New York Mets visit San Diego. Pedro Martinez will try to start out 4-0. He'll take on right-hander Chris Young. And the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Nomar Garcia-Parra back on the active roster for the Dodgers. And he might be in the lineup. They haven't yet posted the lineup yet. It'll be Miguel Batista for the Diamondbacks and Jay Stowe for the Dodgers. Those are the scores from the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, and we will keep you updated on all the scores from the Texas League and the majors as we get throughout the broadcast today. For right now, we'll take a break. We'll return with the starting lineup on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success. Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
In sports, a cheer can be a great way to get your team pumped up. Here at FedEx, we want you to be pumped up about shipping with FedEx Ground, so we thought we'd do a little cheer of our own. Is everyone ready? Then let's get this party started.
Ready, let's go! Hey, people, and stand, get up and clap for
FedEx Ground.
Hey,
Your fee? Because FedEx Ground is a reliable and cost-effective way to handle all your day-to-day shipping needs. FedEx Ground. FedEx Ground. That was Sticky Fresh. I do not know about you, but I am pumped to the max. Woo-hoo! For more information, go to FedEx.com. Relax. It's FedEx.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Travs taking their position, set to take on the Wichita Wranglers in Game 2 of this 5-game series. Let's get to the starting lineup. We begin with the visiting Wichita Wranglers, managed by Frank White, AA affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. Wichita with the league worst record of 3-12. Leading off today for the Wranglers is shortstop Ángel Sánchez. Batting second is second baseman Donnie Murphy. Three hitters, Alex Gordon. He'll be playing first base today. Billy Butler cleaning up. He'll be playing left field. Designated hitter for the Wranglers is Mitch Maier. He's batting fifth. In the sixth spot is right fielder Juan Senrito. Chris Lebansky will bat seventh. He slides down quite a few spots. He was in a two-hole yesterday. Lebansky in center field. Catching and batting eighth is Damaso Espino. And Adam Kime will bat ninth. He'll be playing third base. First game for Kime in 6 days. The Arkansas Travelers, managed by Tyrone Boykin, post a record of 7 wins and 8 losses. 3 games in back. 3.5 games in back of division-leading Tulsa. Tyrone Boykin pencils Dwayne Bacon into the leadoff spot, playing in center field. Batting second for the Travelers and in left field today is Aaron Peel. Hitting third as shortstop, Brandon Wood. Matt Brown will clean up. He'll be playing third base. In the 5-hole for the Travelers, Mike Elward, first baseman today. Catcher Brent Del Chiaro bats 6. David Gates starting in the 7th spot in right field. Casey Smith, the Travs second baseman, will bat 8th. And batting 9th as the designated hitter is Eric Rodland. Your starting pitchers tonight. It is Sung Song for the Wichita Wranglers, a right-hander who was born in Tucson, South Korea. Quite a bit away from South Carolina. He makes his home, however, these days in Stanley, North Carolina. Song, who's been pitching professionally since 1999, was originally signed by the Red Sox, and he has spent time with the Expos and the Blue Jays and the Giants ever since, and this year his first with the Kansas City Royals. Song, no wins, 1 loss in 3 starts, and a 6.14 earned run average. Towing the rubber today for the Travelers is left-hander Daniel Davidson. Davidson, a 13th round pick in the 2003 draft out of Florida State, is a left-hander who throws just about everything. Fastball, sinker, changeup, slider, curveball. Just about everything will come out of Davidson's left hand. 6'4", 225 pounds, making his 4th start of the season. He has no decisions yet. Travs are 2-1 in his start. Davidson carries an ERA of 4.86 into today's game. He's allowed 23 hits in 16 2/3 innings, and teams batting .365 against him. He has not allowed a home run, but Davidson has also walked 8 and struck out 7. The 8 walks is not very characteristic of how Davidson usually pitches. Daniel, in his 2nd year of the Travelers, one thing he has done throughout a 3-year career is win a lot. 33 victories, only 14 losses. That's a winning percentage of .702. Your umpire crew for tonight's game, you'll have Ted Underhill behind the plate. John Kostos in over at third base, and at first is Jim Swarthout. The Arkansas Travelers just about set for Davidson to complete his warm-up. Travs wearing their home white uniforms, and the Wranglers wearing the road red, looking like a batting practice jersey. Ray Winder Field, 390 feet, just to the left of center. Deepest part is further towards left center field, 400 feet into the gap in left center. Down the line in left, 330. To the right field corner, 345. 20 to 22 feet tall. The fence is all the way around from corner to corner. Sunny skies, very calm weather here in the early part of the evening in central Arkansas. Couldn't have asked for a better Saturday night as the Travs play their 7th home game in the final season at Ray Winder Field. Ángel Sánchez ready to lead off against the Travs left-hander Davidson. Davidson now the only starting pitcher left from last year's 2005 Travelers team. The exception, of course, of Tim Bittner, who's in the Travelers bullpen. Ángel Sánchez, a right-handed batting shortstop. He's missed the last 2 games. Davidson winds up and delivers the first pitch inside. 7:14 first pitch time and 78 degrees at game time for the temperature. Matt Brown, the Travelers' third baseman, is up a couple of steps. Sánchez does have good speed. As Davidson throws the 1-0, he'll take it outside for ball 2. Following Sánchez is Donnie Murphy and Alex Gordon. The Wranglers got up 6-0 in their half of the first inning yesterday. We'll see how Davidson does today. Here's the 2-0 to Sánchez, who's about to square around. The pitch comes and it's called a strike. It was dropped by Del Chiaro. The count is now 2-1. Opponents have gotten off to quick starts against the Travs over the last 4 games. As a matter of fact, the Travelers have allowed a whole lot of runs in the first inning then. Pitch on the way, and it's chopped towards the hole at short, giving Wood a chance. He backhands deep in the hole and fires across for the out. And you got an out to start this game, 6-3. 10 first-inning runs allowed by Travelers starters over the last 4 games. And Davidson has had some trouble in the first inning throughout his career, but he hasn't allowed a run of the first inning this season. Here's Donnie Murphy stepping up into the batter's box. Matter of fact, the last Travelers starter not to allow a run in the first inning was Daniel Davidson. April 17th, that was Screaming Kids Day. Pitch on the way to Murphy, and that's low and inside, ball 1. Davidson in that game lasted 5 2/3, surrendering 8 hits and 3 runs. The Travs lost it 6-3 against Tulsa in 11 innings. Murphy was 1 for 6 yesterday with an RBI single to cap that 6-run rally in the first inning, and then went without a hit the rest of the way. Grounded out twice, hit into an incredible double play turn by Eric Rodlin and Brandon Wood, and a strikeout for Murphy as well. Here's the left-hander's pitch to him, and that's inside on the corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. A little bit of a late strike call from our plate umpire today, so we'll have to hesitate as he decides whether it's a ball or a strike. 1-1 on Murphy, playing in his 3rd game after a hamstring injury. Davidson pitches in the dirt, and it's ball 2, 2-1. Ball rolls off to the left side out of the batter's circle. Alex Gordon on deck. And Gordon is becoming some kind of a Traveler killer. Murphy, he's not seen the Travs too much this year. He was placed on the 7-day disabled list after his second at-bat against Arkansas in the season. The pitch from Davidson is a changeup, and Murphy way out in front swings and misses, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davidson to Murphy. Gordon waiting. Murphy hits .265 with 1 home run and 6 RBI. Had a lot of time spent with the Royals yet last year. Here's Davidson's pitch. It's the changeup, and it's chopped toward third base. Nice play by Matt Brown. Almost lost it, but keeps it on the run. His throw is on the money, and he retires Murphy 5-3. Interesting looking play by Brown. First, he had a difficult short hop to handle, and then as he was running towards first base, he almost fumbled the ball, but kept it in his glove, almost carried it like a baby in his midsection, and got rid of it with plenty of time to spare, and there's quickly 2 outs. Alex Gordon coming to the plate now. Now, Gordon yesterday was up at the plate 6 times and was on base 6 times. Couple of doubles, 3 walks, and he was hit by a pitch. Davidson to Gordon. Pitch is fouled in the air over the North Point Volvo patio, and it's strike 1 to Gordon. Lefty versus lefty here. Now, Gordon's hitting .344 this season with 3 home runs and 7 RBI. Impressive-looking batter waiting for Davidson's pitch. And here is the 0-1. And that's a breaking ball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gordon. Now, Gordon being a left-hander, you'd expect him not to hit so well against lefties, but he has 5 hits in 13 at-bats against fellow southpaws. Daniels 1-1 to Gordon is a fastball, and it missed. It's a strike on the inside corner. We're getting the latest strike call that I've ever seen from a plate umpire today. It's a good 2.5 seconds after the pitch is caught. So it's a 1-2 on Gordon. Davidson gets the sign, comes to the plate. Here it is, the pitch. And that one's low, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Billy Butler in the on-deck circle. Daniel Davidson last year, 13 wins and 5 losses. He beat Wichita 3 times. Got a no decision against him in his second start of this year. Ahead of Gordon, 2-2 with the bases empty and 2 outs. The pitch on the way, and it's inside. A fastball just missed the corner. And the count goes full on Gordon. For Gordon, he was on base 6 times yesterday. Ball out of the strike zone for making it 7 in a row. The pitch, he struck him out swinging, got him with a high fastball, and for Daniel Davidson, strikeout number 8 on the season, he sets down Wichita 1-2-3, and for the first time in 5 games, the opponent does not score in the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first, 0-0, and the Travs coming up against Sung Song on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
A traveler nearing a great city asked an old man seated by the road, "What are the people like in the city?" Well, the man asked, "What were they like where you came from?" The traveler said, "They were horrible, mean, unworthy, detestable in all respects." "Ah," said the old man, "you'll find them the same in the city ahead." Scarcely had the first traveler gone on his way when another stopped to inquire about the people in the city before him. Again, the old man asked about the people in the place the traveler had just left. "They were fine people, honest, industrious, and generous to a fault," declared the second traveler. "I was sorry to leave." The old man responded, "That's exactly how you'll find the people here." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, the way people see others is really just a reflection of themselves.
For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to action, coming to the bottom of the first inning at Ray Winder Field. The Travelers starting pitcher Daniel Davidson limiting the Wranglers to nothing in the first inning. It's nice to see. So Davidson making sure that the Travelers don't feel any pressure when they come up to the plate for the first time today. Some kind of pressure the team must have felt yesterday, trailing by 6 runs before they even were able to grab the bat. But boy, did the Travelers respond yesterday. Travs manager Ty Boykin said he knew that the team was in for quite a ride last night when they rallied to 3 runs in the first inning, just to show that they weren't going to roll over and die. And so with no pressure on them right now, and going up against a team in the Wichita Wranglers where the Travelers have batted .333 against them in 6 games, perhaps the Travs might be swinging free and easy once again today. Dwayne Bacon, Aaron Peel, and Brandon Wood to bat against Sung Song. Song, who is in his first season with the Kansas City Royals, is 25 years old. He'll be 26 on June 29th. Born in South Korea, now making his home in North Carolina. Song has posted no wins and 1 loss in 3 starts. Song takes some time to take his hat off. Pause for a moment. He bowed his head just before Bacon steps into the batter's box. Song is now ready to work, and here's the pitch to Dwayne. He'll take it up high, ball 1. Bacon, the Travelers' switch-hitting center fielder, was on base once yesterday with a sacrifice bunt, and he also bunted for a base hit, hitting .241, 1 homer, and 3 RBI. Adam Keim up at third base, and Bacon does show bunt, but he takes it under the knees, and it's ball 2, 2-0. Song's last start took a 3-1 loss against the Springfield Cardinals. Struck out 9 batters in 5 innings, but did surrender the 3 runs. Still looking for his first win as a Wrangler. Here's the 2-0 to Bacon, and that's a fastball right down the middle. Strike 1 called. Bacon, who had Thursday off after hitting his first homer as a Traveler on Wednesday, back in center field for the Travs tonight. The 2-1 from Song, showing bunt. He gets out of the way. It was up and in, and it's now a 3-1 count. Song has walked only 3 batters in 14 2/3 innings. He's also struck out 17. You don't see many free passes from him. Yet he's 3-1 on Dwayne Bacon. Bacon waits. Here's the pitch. He'll take it. It's a strike on the inside corner. Fastball from Song, and yet he didn't give in even on a 3-1 count. So a full count to start this game for Bacon, and Aaron Peel waiting in the on-deck circle. Time now backs up at third base. Plenty of room for Bacon. Pitch on the way. He'll swing and stay alive with a foul ball over the screen. The thing about Bacon that I think we weren't expecting this year is on occasion he can muscle up and drive the ball. Dwayne hits it into the gap in left center. It should be an easy triple, but he also homered the other day. He's missed homers 2 other times just by a couple of feet. 3-2 to count. Song kicks and delivers. And another foul ball, straight back by Bacon. Kind of a slow-looking swing. It's the intention, it seems, almost to do nothing except foul off the ball. Count remaining full from Song to Bacon. 0-0, bottom of the first. Travs have defeated Wichita 5 games out of 6. Wranglers are 3-12, having some real troubles here in April. Song nods in agreement with his catcher. Here's another 3-2, and that one's hit high in the air towards the right field corner. Senrizo giving chase towards foul territory, and he will run it down in the bullpen for out number 1. Looked much better off the bat than it actually was. Wasn't even out towards the warning track. It was at least 15 feet inside the warning track, and it just stayed in the air, kept traveling towards the corner, and kept going further foul and foul, but Senrizo had plenty of time to get underneath that one and make the catch. So Bacon pretty good at bat, but he's out. And this will bring Aaron Teel to the plate. Teel announced his presence as a Trav yesterday with a huge game. Not only did he collect a game-winning hit, but that was one of a 5-hit game for Peel. Right-handed batter, and Song delivers, and Aaron takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Peel finished 5 for 6 yesterday, the only Traveler to collect 5 hits in a game this season. 3 of them going for extra bases. He'd only had 2 extra base hits going into yesterday's game. 0-1 to Peel. Smacked right back up the middle and into center. And boy, Aaron Teel is swinging a very hot stick. That's his 6th hit in 7 at-bats. A 1-out single for Peel, who was named the MinorLeagueBaseball.com Star of the Day for his efforts getting the Travs a victory in the 10th inning last night. Brandon Wood now coming up to the plate as well, and Wood certainly had a hand in the victory yesterday. Not only did he collect 3 hits and 2 RBIs, but he helped turn one of the more stunning double plays that we've ever seen here. As the Angels came into Arkansas in 2001, they've had great shortstops: Alfredo Amezaga, Ryan Speck, Alberto Callaspo, Eric Ibar. Very good players, but none of them turned a double play like Brandon Wood yesterday. And before Wood gets a pitch, Damaso Espino is going to talk it over with Sung Sung in front of the mound. Wood got a little help from his friend, second baseman Eric Rodland, who dove and stopped the ball hit by Donnie Murphy running back at second base. He shuffled it to Wood with his glove, and in a cloud of dust, Brandon tapped the bag with his foot, did a 360, and fired to Greg Porter at first to complete that double play, and got a standing ovation for his troubles. It was simply spectacular. And then just for good measure, Wood drives in the game-tying run in the 8th inning with a base hit off the left field wall. There's a pickoff move by Song over to first, sending Teel back in. He's safe. Wood hitting .339, tied with the on-deck batter, Matt Brown, for the team lead with 4 home runs. He's also driven in 12, which ranks second on the team. And Aaron Teel out to a good 4.5-set lead. The stretch by Song. Long pause, and now the pitch to Wood is a curveball, and it's a strike on the inside corner. Song will throw a fastball, a splitter, and a curve. That looked like it was the curveball. Not quite a straight downward motion, not like the splitter. The fastball get into the high 80s, low 90s. Back to the good lead is Teel. 1 away, bottom of the first. Wood waiting. There's another move over to first base. A great throw by Song, but it's just a little bit late as Teel dives back in. Aaron Teel is not slow, but he's not exceptionally fast. He's 0 for 2 in base stealing attempts. Trav's not too much of a base stealing team this year. And with Wood of the plate, and see if he can drive one into the alley. An 0-1 on the way. And it's a fastball. It is under the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Travelers shortstop, Brandon Wood. 0-0 score. Wood stays at the plate. And the infield is double play death. Brandon, a line drive fly ball hitter, doesn't hit into too many double plays. Here's the 1-1, and it's the curveball, and that's just a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. When the pitch was caught by the catcher, Espino, It was right under the belt, but according to the plate umpire, it missed above the letters before it got into the catcher's mitt. So it's 2-1, and Song comes home, and no one to go over to first base instead. He almost picked off Peel 3 times, but Aaron has apparently taken about as large of a lead as he can, because in 3 pickoff moves, he's just barely gotten back. He's got that lead measured. 3 full steps off of the base, and another move by Song, and that one was too high. He almost threw it away. So with Peel taking those 3 full steps off the bag, it's about the equivalent of almost 5.5 feet. And there goes Peel, taking an extra step. The pitch to Wood is a fastball, and that's a strike at the knees, and it's 2-2. Song using almost a quick pitch on Wood. A couple of times he has stayed at the stretch for a couple of seconds that time. Just as soon as he came to the belt, he paused and then came home, giving Wood no time to get ready. Now to the stretch is Song, sets at the letters. The 2-2 on the way, and Wood fouls it at home plate. Song went to the breaking ball, looked like the curve, but Wood able to get just a little piece off the tip of the bat. Still 2-2. Really, we're just underway in the bottom of the first inning and a 0-0 score. Travelers got a 1-out single by Aaron Peel here in the first inning. Peel, who had been hitless in 19 consecutive at-bats, now has 6 hits in his last 7. Another move to first base, and Peel is safe again and almost picked off again. Aaron is living dangerously over there at first base, and he's doing a nice job of taking Song's focus off of the batter. Perhaps Song might leave one sitting on a tee for the Travelers shortstop. There goes Peel running with a 2-2. Wood swings and misses out. Throw to second, perfect double play. Ends the inning. Boy, strike him out, throw him out. To end that inning, it sure looked like the Travelers might have gotten something going, but the swing killing will put an end to that. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Heading into the top of inning number 2, 0-0 our score. On Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin-Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what to do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Top of inning number 2 at Ray Winder Field, and neither team was able to get a run across in the first inning, and that's something because taking into account yesterday the Travs and the Wranglers combined for 21 runs with an average of about a run and a half per inning. Billy Butler leads off for Wichita in inning number 2, followed by Mitch Maier and Juan Senrito. Daniel Davidson sent down the Wranglers in order in the first. So it's 4, 5, and 6 for the Travis Southpaw in the second. Butler first, right-hander, 284 hitter, 1 homer, and 5 RBIs. Pitch on the way from Davidson, and that's low and in. A slider missing. Ball 1. Daniel Davidson finds the sign he likes from Brent Del Chiaro, who's caught him for the second straight game. Pitch on the way, and that's a strike on the inside corner, bringing the count to 1-1. Del Chiaro and Davidson did work quite a bit last year together. And while Davidson doesn't have a personal catcher, he'll work with him quite a bit this year. The 1-1 pitch is a strike called on the inside corner again. Davidson's attacked the very same spots as Butler here, inside with sliders, it seems, to take the count to 1-2. And now the windup, the kick, and the pitch. And that's low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Butler was 2 for 4 yesterday. 2 singles, also walked, scored 2 runs, dropped down a sac bunt. Here's the 2-2 pitch to him. A swing and a high fly ball hit by Butler to dead center field. Dwayne Bacon is back looking up at the fence, and that is all the way gone. Halfway up the screen, monster. Second home run of the season for Billy Butler. The lead off the second inning, and that'll give the Wranglers a 1-0 lead. The Ears used the term dead center quite a bit. Well, that was right down the middle of the field. Sailed over second base, right over Bacon's head. A moonshot by Butler. That's only the first home run that Daniel Davidson has allowed this year. And Butler put everything he had into that swing. Mitch Maier standing in, a left-hand batter. Pitch on the way, and he hits one high towards the left field corner, but Aaron Peel is charging towards the line, makes the grab, and puts on the brakes just before getting to the foul line for out number 1. Nice catch. Maier didn't really hit it all that well, but with Peel positioned towards the power alley, he still had a lot of ground to cover in order to get to that ball, but he does. 1 away, bringing the number 6 hitter, Juan Rizzo, to home plate. 1 out and 1 run in on the solo homer by Billy Butler. The home run last year did get to Davidson a little bit. He allowed 22 homers, including 5 to the Wichita Wranglers. Rizzo, a right-hand batter. He'll take the first pitch for strike 1 over the outside corner. Rizzo playing his 3rd game with Wichita after coming up from single-A High Desert. Trav fans should be familiar with him. Played with Frisco each of the last 2 years. The 0-1. Rizzo takes the breaking ball. That's strike 2 called. Again at the knees. Davidson looks pretty sharp with the breaking pitch. Has made 1 mistake to Billy Butler. No balls, 2 strikes to Rizzo. Davidson with a high leg kick. The southpaw delivers, and the changeup is low. There was a check swing by Rizzo. They will appeal it. First base umpire said he did not go, so that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mentioned the home run for Butler is his 2nd of the year. Now, Butler did get up to AA Wichita last season. It's 5 home runs in 29 games. Finished with 30 homers on the year between single-A and AA. Pitch to Rizzo, swung on and missed. A strikeout for Davidson, his 2nd. Big curveball for out number 2 to bring up 7-hitter Chris Lubanski. So Butler, as we mentioned, he hit 30 home runs in 1 season. And it did take a while to get to 2 weeks for Butler to get to 2 homers. Here's Chris Lubanski, left-hand batter, playing in center field, and Davidson comes home with a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Lubanski also hasn't shown the power that I think the Royals have been expecting in his first year at AA. Only 2 homers for both solo shots, and here's a high fly ball into right center field. Dwayne Bacon seems to have a bead just in front of the warning track, and he makes the catch to retire the side. The Wichita Wranglers score first on the leadoff homer by Billy Butler. That's the only hit they got. And the Travs will come up to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd, trailing 1-0 on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field in the bottom of the second inning where the Wichita Wranglers lead the Travs by a 1-0 score, but we have other things to think about at the moment as a transformer on the light pole in dead center field has blown, and that has taken out 3 of the light poles, including the 2 light poles along the right and center field fence. Those are the ones that actually provide most of the light for the outfield. The left field light pole has also gone dark, and so Ray Winder Field a little darker than usual at the moment as our field maintenance operator, Greg Johnson, is trying to fix the transformer. It's the second year in a row, and I remember that a transformer has blown in the very same spot. What was it last year? A bird flew into it and exploded in the transformer. Well, it looks like Keith Comstock remembers that. He's going to be joining us in the broadcast momentarily. But yeah, bird flew into the transformer last year and just completely knocked it out. But it looks like Greg has figured out the problem, and the lights are slowly starting to come back on. Keith, you remember when that bird killed itself, don't you?
Yeah, scared the heck out of Murph and Reggie Willis out there. They thought somebody was shooting at him from the freeway.
Well, it's not all that often that you hear, big explosions right behind you in the baseball field. The biggest crack you'll hear is a bat hitting the ball. But look at the lights are already coming back on, except for the one out in dead center. So good job by Greg Johnson. If there's anyone that knows how to fix the problems here at Ray Winder Field, well, Greg's got plenty of bubble gum and duct tape to take care of it. So nice job by Greg, and those lights coming back on. But it looks, Keith, that we're going to be doing without the light pole in dead center. It's a little bit darker than usual.
Sometimes Greg will get out there later on and fix that problem as well. That's happened before, too, where we played without one standard. As long as it's not behind home.
Right, exactly. So this really won't affect anybody. Perhaps the center fielder a little bit, but there's still plenty of daylight left, maybe another 20 minutes or so. And then, as you mentioned, perhaps Greg Johnson can fix that center field light pole. And we're going to keep playing. This will not delay the game any longer than it really already has. And as I mentioned, former Traveler pitching coach Keith Comstock joining us on the radio broadcast. Keith these days is still with the Angels as the roving minor league pitching instructor. So, Keith, we've missed you over the first 5 home games, and it's nice to see you back here in Little Rock. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It'll be Matt Brown, Mike Elward, and Brent Del Chiaro against Sung Song here in the bottom of inning number 2. Song has a 1-run lead to work with, as he did give up a base hit in the first inning, but also struck a man out and got a double play with a strike him out, throw him out. Brown waiting at the plate, right-hand batter. Pitch is delivered, and it's a little outside for ball 1. Brown, Elward, and Del Chiaro versus Song through 16 pitches in the first inning. Matt Brown, he is broken out to start this season. Team leader, 377 average, 13 runs scored, slugging at 656. There's a big swing and a miss. Song got a fastball by him up around the letters, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Keith Sung Song spent some time in Fresno last year in the Giants organization. I know you had a lot of time in the Giants organization as well, but he'd only been there for 1 year. Have you ever seen Sung Song pitch any time previously?
I have not seen him pitch. I know they like this kid, but I haven't had a chance to see him.
The 1-1 is a breaking ball, strike 2 calls. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball, split, curveball. And what Song throws. As I mentioned, bounced around, been with the Expos, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Giants, and now the Royals for the first time. 1-2 on Brown, and Song was taking a long time to get the sign. Matt gets timeout calls. Brown does like to collect his thoughts before he steps in. Taps the bat on the plate, brings the bat back, and here's Song's 1-2. It's the breaking ball, and that one's low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it looks, Keith, so far with just one mistake from Daniel Davidson. Otherwise, he's looked pretty sharp in 2 innings.
Yeah, Dunk's got a good idea, and it was a great recovery after the home run as well.
2-2 to Brown. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Song, and that one on the fastball. And there's one away in the second. I guess it says a lot, Keith. You and I have talked about pitchers being able to bounce back after either a tough inning, just one bad pitch, or maybe even something like they're not getting a call on the outside corner that they might need.
Right.
But the mental toughness actually sometimes can be more important than any other aspect of a pitcher's game.
Right. And, you know, when you've got a lot of kids coming up from A-ball this year, only Aaron Poland and Bittner and Daniel Davidson are returning, so you get a lot of young kids that are starting to learn those kind of things, just like you talked about.
Mike Elward, the batter, took a curveball inside ball 1. Elward, 375 average. He is currently tied for the minor league lead with 10 doubles. He had 2 of them yesterday. Pitch on the way, and it's high and outside. A fastball missing 2-0. I mentioned about the returnees from last year's team. The Travelers just lost one of the returnees from last year's team, Stephen Shell.
Yeah, Stephen's getting a chance to go pitch in AAA. For the length of time is always to be determined, but if Stephen does his job and puts pressure on the people that make decisions, then hopefully he'll be able to stay up there.
The 2-0 pitch is a strike over the outside corner to Elward. Delchiara waiting on deck. 1-0 Wichita, bottom 2. The pitch from Song is a little bit low, also outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now, with Stephen going up, I believe it was right after the game last night, are the Angels sure when he's going to make his AAA debut?
He'll probably have an outing out of the bullpen, and then he'll make his first start on Friday.
So it will be about 6 days he'll make that first start, but anytime between then he could get an inning or 2 in.
Right. Originally they were going to wait, but we figured let him get some experience in throwing. The more time up there, the more days up there are always better for Stephen, even in that climate.
Elward fouls the 3-1 off over the first base roof. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And while the Travs lose a veteran right-hander in Stephen Shell, they gain a young right-hander. And it's not to say that Stephen's not young, he still is, but Rafael Rodriguez is only 21 years old. It should be exciting to watch him. Here's the 3-2 to Elward. It's the curveball, and it's popped up in a shallow center. Donnie Murphy, the second baseman, is out there to bring it in, and that's out number 2. So tell us about Rafael Rodriguez. I've read a little bit about him, but his numbers in the California League were simply scintillating.
Yeah, he's... I feel that he's really mastered that A-ball level. Like you said, he's a young 21-year-old right-hander who throws the ball really hard. Unfortunately, he's been compared to Erwin Santana, and there's some differences there. But at the same time, hey, he's making great progress like Santana did. He's got good arm strength. We feel that we're getting him at a real confident time right now.
Delchiara, the batter for the Travs, takes one low, ball 1.
We feel like he's really hit a peak in his pitching right now, so it's a perfect window for him to come up here and pitch with confidence, a lot like the way David Austin did last year for us.
I can remember how Austin did in the bullpen last year. 1-0, broken back ground ball, hugging the third baseline, backhand by time, deep behind the base. The throw is not in time, and Brent Delchiara legs out an infield single. That doesn't happen too much.
No, that might be Del's first infield hit of his lifetime. I don't think he's beat one out even in Little League. They can throw the ball around the horn on a ground ball and still get Del out.
So I think that's for something like this, you need to throw the ball into the dugout. Let Del put that on his mantle. The first ever infield hit of my career. A 2-out infield single at that to bring up David Gates. And Gates has started the year hitting only 190. He's only played in 6 previous games. So he's been sat out for 9 others. His 1 home run equaled his only RBI. And Gator certainly, as we remember from last year, can do so much more. holding the bat pretty high. Here's a pitch from Song. Good swing, but a foul straight back by Gates. 0-1. As Keith, you mentioned there's differences between Rafael Rodriguez and Urban Santana, but a lot of people would want to compare the two of them, being that when they come to Arkansas, they're both young, hard-throwing, from the Dominican Republic, strike a lot of batters out.
Correct.
But is that where the similarities end?
Yes, because their personalities are totally different. Rafi is very energetic. You'll see him shagging with everything. There's nothing that he doesn't do with unbridled passion, whereas Santana was a little bit more conservative in that area.
The 0-1 to Gates with a curve inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0, Wichita leading in the bottom of inning number 2. I'm Phil Elson, joined by the Angels minor league roving pitching instructor, Keith Comstock, who of course spent 2 seasons as the pitching coach for the Travs, 2003 and 2005. 1-1 to Gates. Curveball, and that is a strike on the low inside corner, and it's 1-2. Keith, I've been a little thrown off by the plate umpires. The strike call is coming a little bit late today.
You know, it's a crapshoot, unfortunately, the situation that we're in, and it's disappointing. It really is, from my point of view. It's just my opinion.
I think sooner or later the situation will be resolved, and I hope so. We can only hope so.
Because, you know what, the fan is not getting their professional dollar.
There's a throw to first base by Song. Del Chiaro back in there.
And a typical example right there is that this kid right here just made a move to first base, and he balked. He's got no direction with his front foot, but you got these umpires out here that are high school. They don't know the rules. They don't know the regulations. And you're seeing more and more balks. You're seeing more and more people going to the mouth on the dirt. They're getting away with murder, and it's really frustrating.
And they won't be allowed to get away with that in future seasons.
No.
1-2 to Gates, the pitch. Check swing, it's in the dirt. Going to second base is Del Chiaro, and the throw is right on the money. In time, Del Chiaro out at second base trying to advance on the pitch in the dirt. The inning comes to a close. For the Travelers, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left. And that'll take us into the top of the third. Wichita 1, Arkansas nothing. On Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
When good spark plugs go bad, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plugs, let's get Captain Knoll with some performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This never happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
How's performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You seem different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium-enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
About 3 months ago, I put a new shaft in my driver, and let me tell you, I am hitting the ball 18 yards farther than I've ever hit it in my life. It's the Mitsubishi Rayon Diamante shaft, and it's also won 8 times on the tour this year, including the Masters. For 20 years, Mitsubishi Rayon has built the high-performance shaft in Japan, and now they brought it to America. The Diamante is available in 6 different weights from 53 to 103 grams and multiple flexes. Go to MitsubishiRayonGolf.com, and you too can start hitting the ball farther than you've ever hit it in your life. I guarantee it.
It's ironic. They're called answering machines, but they never give you answers. Oh, sure, they tell you so-and-so isn't here right now, but you have no idea where they went or when they'll be back. Of course, with Geico, you won't talk to an answering machine. They have thousands of car insurance specialists standing by, so you always get answers from a real live person. No wondering, no waiting, no irony.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
By Keith Comstock, the Angels minor league roving pitching instructor. And just a quick note, we'd like to welcome new food up to the press box at Ray Winter Field. Tia's Tex-Mex, bringing an absolute smorgasbord of Mexican pleasures. 2 locations, North Shackelford and West Little Rock, and Warden Road in North Little Rock. Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 10. Friday and Saturday, 11 till 11. Mondays, kids 12 and under eat for free. Goodness, I'm going to have to get a fake ID for that. $6.99 lunch fajitas every day, and a new menu item, Baja Pollo, 2 chicken breasts on a bed of Spanish rice with Cancun veggies. And my goodness, I've never seen so much food up in this press box before, making everybody extremely happy. Keith, did you get any of the Tex-Mex?
I haven't got it. I didn't know if I was a privileged member to go grab that. I walked by it, and they were all giving me dirty looks.
Well, yes, the vultures out here, the freeloaders in the press box, they will watch over that like a hawk.
Yeah, they have a motto here: if it's for free, it's for me.
Exactly right. as did a former Traveler manager that I remember from last year.
Yeah.
Tom Gamboa was very open about that, wasn't he?
Yeah. And, we could talk Gamby stories till we're blue in the face because, me and Todd Takayoshi believe that Gamboa was narcoleptic. He would fall asleep at a drop of a hat, as you well know.
We've got photos to prove it.
And we've got photos to prove it in mid-conversation.
Well, we can actually get into one of the stories because Greg Johnson is trying to fix that last light pole in dead center that is still off. Every other light pole is on except for the one in dead center, so center field's starting to get darker as it's dusk time now. You could remember last year, Chief, on the Travs luxury liner on one of the long bus rides after a long game, I believe it was in Midland, and Gamby, he wanted to watch television.
Yeah.
And he said, "Come on, let's watch a movie." But you, knowing Gamby as you did from last year, what are you talking about? We're setting your bed up.
Yeah, because he would get, as soon as he'd get in there, he would want to, first of all, he would want to talk, and which is okay, I would talk about the game, but there would be times where we're talking about the game, I'd look over and he'd be sleeping. He'd ask me a question, and before I get a chance to even answer it, he's sound asleep. And then he would do that with movies, too. He'd say, okay, we're going to watch a movie for Gamby, and we put this movie on, and, we're not even in the opening credits, and he's got his head on our conditioning coach's lap, falling asleep.
Tom Gamboa had a talent of falling asleep in a position that just looked supremely uncomfortable. He would fall asleep with his head in his hand, and then he'd start slipping down his head, and the next thing you know, he's sideways on the couch in the bus.
Yeah, and if you were sitting next to him, his head would end up on your lap. And needless to say, that wasn't a really comfortable position if you've got that bald head sitting in your lap.
So I heard about Gamby the other day. Now that he's the field coordinator for the San Diego Padres, he was in Mobile and was speaking with a friend of mine, the broadcaster there, Tim Haggerty, and spoke with him for a little bit. And he said, seems like an interesting man.
Yeah.
I said, you don't know the half of it. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Gamboa leaving the Angels organization after 1 year. Keith, how long have you been with the Angels? It's been a good, I think,
5 years now. Yeah, this is my fifth year with the Angels now. And I'm really enjoying it. It's the new role, getting a chance. The hardest part was spring training and having to know some of the younger kids, not being real familiar with the lower levels, the rookie ball and the guys that we drafted for the Orem level. And so that was all new and that was all fun. But the hard part was having to make decisions on guys that I liked, like Mark Sullivan, having to tell him that the Angels we're going to let him go, and that, decisions like that were real tough. I have to be part of that.
Especially somebody that you spent so much time around, like O'Sullivan, who'd been a Travs pitcher for 2 years. Great guy.
Great leader, too. Yeah.
We're going to get back to action now. Apparently that center field light pole come on soon. 1-0 Wichita at the top of the third, and Damaso Espino leading off. He'll take a called strike from Daniel Davidson. So, Keith, I guess it seems that one of the big things about moving to being the minor league pitching coordinator is that you've got to know just about everything about every pitcher in the system. It's different from being a pitching coach for one team. Pitch to Espino, rolled towards the hole at short, cut off by Brown, throws off balance in a beautiful play by Matt Brown. He'll get a star for that one. It'll go 5-3, one away. With the Travelers, I mean, you knew everything about the pitchers you had here and the ones you had last year, but I guess in the lower levels, you would just hear about reports from everybody. You don't get a chance to see them.
You don't get your first look at it. You get to hear a lot of the scout's opinion, then you hear the coach's opinion, but you always want to draw your own. And you always want to see it from your eyes because you trust your eyes more than anybody else's eyes.
Adam Keim, the batter, and he's right-handed, takes outside ball one. Keim has sat out since Sunday, had a jammed finger, hitting 167 in 8 games, no homers, 3 ribbies. Elward just a little up at first. Here's Davidson's 1-0. Fastball outside again, close one, ball 2. 1-0 Wichita, top of the third. So now, Keith, you've been doing, I guess, a lot of traveling. All the Rovers travel almost all the time, it seems.
Yeah.
2-0 pitches on the way from Davidson. And it's bounced over the mound towards shortstop. Wood will field it in back of second. Smooth throw to first for out number 2. Davidson faced 9 men, only allowing 1 man to reach. That's Butler on the homer in the second inning.
So he officially didn't reach a base. He just circled the bases.
Right. That was reaching all the bases.
Yeah.
Top of the order now, Ángel Sánchez. So you've been traveling a lot, but it's great for you at spring training. You live in Scottsdale.
Correct.
The Angels minor league home now is even closer to you in Tempe.
Mm-hmm.
So, now you really do you get to work out of your house now?
Yeah, there are times, but I spend a lot of the time up extended because I can't stand staying in the house. I always feel like I've got something to do.
Pitch on the way to Sanchez, and that's a strike at the knees, 0-1. So you do spend a lot of time over it. I wanted to call it the New Gap, but it's not the New Gap. It's Tempe Diablo, I guess.
Yeah, it's
beautiful facility.
Yeah, they did a nice job there.
Here's an 0-1 to Sanchez, and he backs off the plate on a curveball low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Sanchez grounded out in the first inning. 2 outs, top 3, 1-0. Wichita leading. Travs pulled out a 11-10 win yesterday. The 1-1 from Davidson. And it's grounded towards Wood once again. Moving to his left. He fields it clean. Another smooth throw is on the money. Wood looks pretty good so far today. He's handled 3 chances, no problem for Daniel Davidson. Down go the Wranglers, 1-2-3. That'll take us to the bottom of the third. And it's still 1-0 Wichita on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every time. Every woman,
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's in North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clock Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We get back to Ray Winter Field for the bottom of the third inning. The Arkansas Travelers trail the Wichita Wranglers by a score of 1-0. Bill Elson with you on Little Rock ESPN 1380, joined by the Angels roving minor league pitching instructor, Keith Comstock. Keith, I know you spent 2 seasons as a pitching coach here at Ray Winter Field, but I also understand that you would probably be very excited to see what Dickey Stevens Park is going to look like when it opens next season.
Oh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
It's going to be a beautiful facility right on the Arkansas River. And in all honesty, Ray Winter Field is a fun place for baseball. It can be a little difficult to coach and to call your home day after day. But history does stand for something.
If you come into this ballpark, you really get some good seats out here. And you can see a ball game up close.
That's for sure. Here's David Gates. He'll lead off and smack the first pitch. Foul. A soft line drive outside the first base line. And Gordon, the first baseman, not that close to it. It was fouled by a good foot. 0-1.
If you really look at it, too, there aren't many. Matter of fact, there's a dying breed of having ballparks like this around America. Everybody's realizing the mighty dollar goes a long way when you have a nice complex. But a place like this, you have so much tradition and seeped into it. Certain people just love watching that tradition, coming out and being part of that tradition.
0-1 to Gates. Here it is. And that's under the knees, at the knees apparently, called strike 2. 0-2 to Gates. Casey Smith and Eric Rodman will follow. Now, there's so much tradition here that it's almost like Ray Winter Field sweat tradition.
Yeah.
It just drips from the rafters. Gates was at the plate when Del Chiar was thrown out at second. The 0-2 is low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, Keith, you have seen a lot of ballparks in your time as a pitcher coming up in the minor leagues, up in the majors, when you're with Seattle and the Giants, and the Angels. 1-2 swing and a miss, a changeup from Song struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for the right-hander Song to bring up Casey Smith. But are there any other ballparks that you can remember that have that old-style feel? What cities were they in?
In the big leagues or in the minor leagues?
In the minor leagues.
In the minor leagues, I thought Buffalo Stadium before they built the new one out there, Old Memorial Park.
That's where they filmed The Natural.
Right. And that had tremendous appeal for me because I also knew that O.J. ran loose there. Right. So I was actually playing on the same field that O.J. did. A little different ability, but nonetheless, I was still on the same turf he was.
Casey Smith, the batter, takes the curveball under the knees from Song, 1-0. Casey getting his, he was a pinch runner yesterday and, in fact, scored the winning run on the hit by Aaron Peel. Last time he played 1 for 4 Wednesday and an RBI double. 1-0 pitch to Casey, swinging a foul straight back, 1-1. We're in the bottom of the third, 1-0 Wichita leading. Smith at the plate and the base is empty. Eric Rodland is on deck. Now, Keith, when you were with the Giants as a minor league coach and a manager, I know that you were in the Northwest League in Salem Kaiser.
Correct.
Are there any old ballparks up in the Northwest League still?
Well, yeah. I don't know if there still are.
Pitch on the way, and Casey hits a drive deep to the left field corner. That ball going back, and it's gone. Casey Smith has tied the game with his first home run of the year.
Talking with Casey today, he's got a bit of an elbow problem where it bothers him to brush his teeth, it bothers him to write, but it doesn't bother him at all to throw and to hit.
Not a bad injury to have, I think, if you're a ball player. So Casey, even with that painful elbow, and he is wearing a sheath on that right arm, smacks the sung-song pitch over the left field fence, and now each team is at a solo home run today. And that's interesting because in yesterday's game, even with 21 runs, even with 31 hits, no homers.
Yeah.
Had 4 hits yesterday, and today, and 2 of them are home runs. Eric Rodland, the batter for the Travs. Song delivers, and it's a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. I only mention about the Northwest League just because in the smaller towns and the minors, I think, is where you start to see a lot more of the older ballparks.
Right.
That we even don't see in towns the size of Little Rock anymore. And 0-1 to Rodland is a curve, strike 2 called.
Well, places like Everett, Washington, they have a nice little cozy ballpark, but they rejuvenated it a little bit. Then the Billingham got moved down to Salem Kaiser. That was an old traditional ballpark.
0-2 to Rodland. He's out in front of the change. Grounds to Gordon at first base. Kind of circled around it to field the ball and takes it himself unassisted for the second out, bringing Dwayne Bacon to the plate. So that's one time through the order for Song. He's allowed 3 hits, 1 homer, struck out 3, walked nobody. 1-1 score, bottom third. Here comes Bacon. Keith, I know that you had managed in the Giant system, and one thing I'd want to talk about as a pitching coach, first off as a manager, then as a pitching coach, do you have to step back at all when you're a pitching coach and try to, I would imagine you still have those managerial instincts.
Well, you can't help it. The game opens up, whether you want it to or not.
Bacon shows bunt, takes it high, 1-0.
As a manager, as a pitching coach, you've got one concern, and that's the pitching-catching relationship. As a manager, you've got that game opens up tremendously, and once it opens up to you, you can't help but keep looking at it like that.
Bacon squares again and takes his low ball, 2-0.
So when I became a pitcher, when I got back to being a pitching coach, I understood what it was like to manage. I understood that seat that he was sitting in now. It takes on a totally different complexion. Wins and losses and development is a huge part of it.
Bacon tries a drag bunt, but didn't drag it far enough. Close to the mound, Song picks it up, flips over to the first baseman, and that'll end the inning. Keith, you stick around a little bit?
Yeah, I'll stick around for another inning.
Please do. That was 1 run and 1 hit for the Travs. We played 3. We'll go to the 4th. Travs 1, Wranglers 1 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Links has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelinks.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Links.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
3 innings are in the books here at Ray Winder Field, and we're still trying to get that center field light pole working. I'll give you the totals here after 3 innings. For the visiting Wichita Wranglers, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. The Wranglers stranding nobody. The Travelers' totals are 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and also nobody left on base. Phil Elson joined by former Traveler pitching coach and current Angels minor league pitching roving instructor, Keith Comstock. Keith, with that light bank out in center field, does that at all affect the pitcher or the catcher?
That's a good point. I think Bobby Wilson, if he had a harder thrower out there, Brent Del Charo who's catching, if they had a harder thrower, it might be a problem. But with Daniel Davidson, who's more of a soft throwing left-hander who works the outer half, who's goes back and forth with his fastball changeup, I don't think Dale's too concerned about it. I think it works heavily in Daniel's favor having that light out right now because obviously they're not picking up that changeup of his. He's getting a lot of ground ball out.
A lot of times, batters will try to use the spin on the ball. If they recognize a certain spin on the baseball, that they know what kind of pitch it is. And I'd imagine, even with just the littlest amount of light not there, that sometimes it can be difficult to pick up the spin on the ball.
Oh yeah, especially as it gets darker at night. It starts getting into those shadows out there.
Greg Johnson's still trying to fix that, and it's an impressive thing to watch. He's got about, a 25-foot pole?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I wouldn't touch a transformer with a 25-foot pole. And he fixed it. There goes the light bank. It is back on. Greg Johnson, what would we do without him at Ray Winder Field? I wouldn't have much of a ballpark. So we'll get back to action as Greg drives the John Deere Gator from Ag Pro of Central Arkansas back off the field. Nice job done by Greg. You just earned your next 2 weeks' pay. So, Keith, Daniel Davidson has looked very sharp. We mentioned the one mistake to Billy Butler, but other than that, he looks like Daniel Davidson in good games last year.
Yeah.
Using his off speed, he's on the corners, working quickly, getting ahead.
Yeah, he's got working ahead of his count is real big for Daniel, too.
The batter is Donnie Murphy. He's the second hitter in the order. And Davidson starts him off with a breaking ball low and inside, and it is 1-0.
For Danny to be successful, that 0-0 pitch is really important, and that 1-1 pitch is really important.
Well, here's a 1-0 to Murphy, and that's a fastball on the inside corner, strike 1. Murphy grounded out on the first to the third baseman, Matt Brown.
If you ever watch Daniel pitch in the future, even last year, he's real big on trying to get people out in 3 pitches.
Now here's the 1-1. And Murphy swings and grounds to the hole at short. Brown cuts it off, wheels around, fires to Elward. 1 away. I tell you what, Keith, Matt Brown and Brandon Wood are putting on a clinic this evening at Ray Winder Field. They look slick.
Well, I think, once their infielders start knowing their pitchers and they know that how guys are, and they know Daniel, they know that when he pitches, they're going to be active. They're going to be getting their ground balls. They're going to be getting there. So they got to really worry about their positioning. You see Brownie right now moving over. They know that those right-handers like to hook the ball on him.
Brown moves over to the hole at shortstop with Alex Gordon swinging and missing at a slow breaking ball for strike 1. We mentioned all the ground balls. Even last year, Daniel Davidson, he actually had a couple more fly balls, it looked like, but when he was on, he's getting a lot of grounders.
Yeah. If he's not on, he's getting fly balls, and that's not good.
0-1 to Gordon, and that's low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gordon struck out in the first inning. It's the first time this series that he'd been set down after reaching base 6 times in yesterday's 10-inning game. Davidson's 1-1 to Gordon is grounded slowly towards Casey Smith at second base. Very easy play with Elward covering, and the 4-3 put out will be the second out of the inning. Another great pitch there by Daniel Davidson, Keith. He got right in Gordon's kitchen.
Yeah, Daniel's got good command. I'm really hoping that if the opportunity comes up, we can get him up to AAA because he sure deserves a chance up there. He proved it last year. He had a great year last year. The numbers just got to him in camp, and he got numbered down here, but it's certainly not because of his performance. And he had a great spring training, too. So if he continues to keep doing what he's doing, I think we'll get him a chance to get up there and pitch in AAA.
8 in a row retired by Davidson. Billy Butler, the batter, he'll take a strike. Butler homered to dead center, leading off the second. And he was the last batters to reach off of Daniel Davidson. It was in one of those strings that we saw quite a bit last year. The 0-1 is on the way to Butler. And he swings and hits a fly ball to shallow center field. It's hanging up there for Dwayne Bacon to make the catch. And the side is retired. They go down 1-2-3. So that'll take us into the bottom of inning number 4. 1-1 score, Travs and Wichita on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points. And you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at aspu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
It's a season to remember as the Arkansas Travelers make 2006 their final season at historic Rainwater Field. Baseball fans in Central Arkansas have been enjoying minor league baseball for 74 years at Rainwater Field. And next year, the Travelers will be moving into a brand new stadium, Dickey Stevens Park in North Little Rock. This season is the time to come and make some memories and relive the excitement of Arkansas Travelers baseball. All season long, Little Rock ESPN 1380 brings you the action with Phil Elson's play-by-play. Join us for Arkansas Travelers baseball here on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
KDXE North Little Rock.
We get back to Rainwater Field for the bottom of inning number 4, and the Travelers and the Wranglers tied 1-1. Sung Song back on the mound for Wichita, and he'll be facing Aaron Peel, Brandon Wood, and Matt Brown. Phil Elson joined by Keith Comstock, and one of the things Keith and I were talking about in between the innings is we've been talking about Daniel Davidson and what makes him an effective pitcher, working ahead, changing speeds, getting quick outs. But I mean, if you just want to know how a pitcher affects his team, look at the winning percentage. Daniel Davidson in 3 seasons has a winning percentage of .702, and that's just extremely high. Peel swings and misses on a fastball from Song 0-1. So, Keith, I mean, every time Daniel goes out of the mound, his teammates must feel that they have a chance to win because that's what he's done in his career.
Exactly.
0-1 to Peel, and the fastball is right down Broadway for strike 2.
You know, and Daniel has a knack for sticking around long enough in a game where if he scuffles early, he recovers really well, and he sticks around to the 6th inning, and they score him some runs. Next thing you know, he's got a W.
0-2 to Peel. It's a curve, and he taps it slowly towards third. Kime tries the barehand. He does. The throw is in time for out number 1. A great play by Adam Kime. He had no margin of error there. Even if he fumbled it a split second, that would have cost him the out. But he gets it 5-3, and Peel is set down for just the second time in 2 games. Bang, bang play over there at first base. 1 away, and that'll bring Brandon Wood to the plate. Wood struck out in the first inning. The Texas League high 24th strikeout. Pitch on the way. It's a curve, and it missed a little bit. Ball 1. Wasn't quite sure where that one missed.
I think you'll see Brandon make some adjustments too. But you know, he's a good-looking kid with a good-looking swing. And
the 1-0 is a fastball, and that's up high.
Just a good, talented kid who's got a ceiling as far as you can look. So, but this is a good curve to be thrown him. This level is going to teach him a lot of things.
The 2-0 pitch. It's another curveball, and it's a strike, and it's 2-1. Well, one other thing about Brandon, and Ty Boykin was quick to talk to me about this at spring training, is how good of a person he is and his attitude about the game.
Yeah.
There's a fastball, and it's at the knees for a strike. Now 2-2.
And he's got leadership skills that he's still working on, but they're starting to come out.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Wood. He's 21 years old, yet he does have that leadership mentality.
Yep.
2 pitches outside and a full count. Matt Brown waiting on deck. So let's see if Song gives him a fastball. It's what Wood struck out on in the first, though it was a little bit high. The Song challenge him. We're about to find out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and he struck him out for the second time. Looked like the fastball. And so Song, who's proved himself to be a strikeout pitcher in the early going of the Texas League, records his fourth of the game. 2 away, and here comes Matt Brown. Keith, if you're going up against a batter that you know is a fastball hitter, and you're in a fastball count, does sometimes it take a little bit extra to challenge him, to put it where his strength is?
Well, you got to remember, for me, and this is what I try to preach throughout the system, is hitters can have a hard time adjusting to movement.
Pitch inside here to Brown, 1-0.
So even if it's a fastball, if it's got some movement on it, it's going to avoid the barrel of the bat, but not the bat. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to avoid the bat. We just want to avoid that barrel. And you do that with movement. So hitters can look fastball and all they want, but if there's movement on it, you have a good chance of getting a ground ball.
1-0 to Brown. There's a curve down low, and he's ahead now 2-0 on Song. Song struck Brown out in the second inning, also using that fastball. Brown is 2 for 6 in the series.
But on the same note, in that Tulsa series, if you don't get your breaking ball over, these guys learn that a good fastball hitting teams are going to hit the fastball.
Brown pops the 2-0 pitch sky high at a shallow right. It's the second baseman Murphy making the call and the catch. And the Travs go down in order here in inning number 4. Keith Comstock, thanks very much for your time. I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, Phil. Always a pleasure to see you and talk with you and get a chance to go over some of the players and just able to talk some baseball, man.
Well, let's do it again sometime.
All right, man.
We'll be back after this. It's a 1-1 score going into the top of inning number 5 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We're in the top of the 5th inning now at Ray Winter Field. Pitchers have started out quite well in this game after the Travs and the Wranglers combined for 21 runs and 31 hits in yesterday's 10-inning game. We played 4 innings today, and the combination is only 2 runs and 4 hits. Travs had 3 hits. Wranglers have answered with just 1 against Daniel Davidson, and that was a leadoff homer by Billy Butler in the 2nd inning. But Davidson has retired 9 in a row since then. And he begins the 5th against Mitch Maier. We'll have a look at some of the scores from the Majors and Texas League this inning on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Davidson to Maier, lefty to lefty. Pitch on the way, and it's a curve over the outside corner, strike 1. Texas League scores first. We had afternoon baseball in Springfield, and the Tulsa Drillers rally back for a 9-6 win. That gives the Drillers their own share of first place. Pitch outside here to Maier makes it 1-1. Tulsa 9, Springfield 6. The Drillers scored 3 times in the 8th, 2 times in the 9th to salt the game away. 1-1 to Maier. Is inside. He backed away from the plate. It's 2-1. Judge Songster got the win. Mark Worrell, the losing pitcher. Manuel Corpa saved his 3rd. 3 homers for the Drillers, including Jordan Zarnicki's 3-run shot in the 8th. 5th homer of the year. Maier strokes a line drive foul over the tarp next to the Arkansas bullpen. and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt McCree and Chris Iannetta also going deep for the first-place Drillers. Cards got a long ball from Cody Harther. So Tulsa now at 11 wins and 5 losses, 1 in front of Springfield. Cardinals are 10 and 6. Travelers 7 and 8 in third place. 2-2 pitch on the way from Davidson. Maier swings and strokes a slow ground ball foul outside first base, and it looked like he got a little sliver of bat off of the wood there, and they'll go get a new one. Juan Senrizo and Chris Levansky also to follow. San Antonio trying to end a losing streak, which has reached 7 games. Things not looking good right now for the Missions. They're losing at Midland in the 6th, 4-1. Midland gets a homer from Vasily Spanos, his third. And at Frisco, Corpus Christi 3 and the Rough Riders 1 on the top of the second. Pitch to Maier, 2-2. Low and outside, it's full count. The Hooks played some great baseball recently. They've won 4 straight to take first place by 1 game over Midland, a game and a half over Frisco. The 3-2 to Maier. He swings and hits a fly ball towards left field, slicing in, and Aaron Peel is there to make the running catch for out number 1. So that's 10 in a row retired by Daniel Davidson, and Maier is 0 for 2, both flyouts to left field. This will bring up Juan Senrizo. Major League scores. Afternoon games in the American League. The Yankees 6, the Orioles 1. That'll even the Yanks record at 8-8. Sean Chacon was the winner. He's 2-1. Daniel Cabrera, the losing pitcher, he's 1-2. Pitch on the way to Senrizo. Swing and a miss. Chase the fastball outside. It's 0-1. Davidson struck Senrizo out in the second inning, and now Senrizo has struck out 3 times in 7 at-bats since getting the call up from Single-A High Desert. It's a count of 0-1 on Senrizo. The base is empty in the top of the 5th. 1-1 score. The left-hander's 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Final out of Toronto. The Red Sox losers today 8-1 against the Blue Jays. Jays were ahead 5-0 before the Red Sox even scored their run. Roy Halladay got the win. And Benji Molina hit his 3rd homer for the Jays. A 1-1 to Senrizo. Swinging a chopper towards the hole at short. Wood is going to backhand from deep in the hole. Gets rid of it quickly. Safe at first is Senrizo. He did beat the throw by a half step. Nice job by Wood. Didn't get too much on the ball, but it was accurate. He made sure that he got rid of the ball quickly, and I'll tell you what, the ball didn't even spend a split second in his glove before it was out. So Senrizo collects the second base hit of the evening for the Wichita Wranglers. A little infield single, and this will bring Levansky to the plate. Notes out of Toronto. A.J. Burnett go to the disabled list once again. 15-day DL for Burnett. And the North Little Rock native has now been on the 15-day DL 2 times in 3 weeks. Pitch on the way to Levansky. Called strike 1, a fastball up around the letters. The Angels today were winners at Oakland 5-4. Jeff Weaver gets his first win as an Angel. Frankie Rodriguez saved his 6th. Garrett Anderson finished 4 for 4, including his 4th home run. 0-1 from Davidson, and Levansky swings and misses on a curveball, and it's 0-2. Nick Swisher hit a grand slam for the Athletics, but the Angels beat him anyway. Halo's up the record to 9-9, half a game in front of the Texas Rangers. Final scores in the National League, we got 2 of them, 2 games rained out. Washington, Atlanta, rained out. Florida and Philadelphia, no baseball in Philly today. The St. Louis Cardinals defeated the Cubs 4-1. Sidney Ponson, the winner, he's 2-0. Glendon Rush falls to 1-3. Jason Isringhausen with his 5th save, and Albert Pujols with another game-winning hit. 0-2 to Levansky. Davidson a long look at first, comes home, the pitch is low, and it's ball 1, 1-2. The other final where Major League history was made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as the Brewers defeat Cincinnati 11-0. Milwaukee hit 5 home runs in the 4th inning, the first time in 40 years that a team had hit 5 home runs in 1 inning. Here's the 1-2 to Levansky. Broken bat, flare in the shallow center, falling in, a base hit. Stopping at second is Senrizo as Bacon comes up with the ball clean. It'll be first and second with 1 out for the Wranglers in the 5th to bring up Damaso Espino. While Davidson did everything he needed to at that pitch, in fact, he shattered Levansky's bat. The barrel went past the mound. Great pitch by Davidson, but what else are you going to do? A little flare by Levansky. And so Davidson had given up only 1 hit against the first 14 batters he faced, and then 2 in a row reached with an infield single and a flare. Espino grounded out of the third, took a great play by Matt Brown way off the line. Double play depth by the infield. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike one. It was under the knee. Milwaukee's home runs in that 7-run fourth, Damian Miller, Brady Clark, Bill Hall, J.J. Hardy, and Prince Fielder. 5 home runs in 1 inning. I did see the Dodgers a few years ago hit 4 homers in 1 inning, including one by Darren Dreifert. 5 home runs in 1 inning. Goodness. I believe that's only happened 5 times in big league history. Who says the home run is passé? 0-1 the count. Davidson comes home now instead and throw it over to second base. He picks him off at second. He nails Senrizo, who's caught napping. Great play by Davidson, and also give Casey Smith a check mark for tiptoeing in behind the bag. And apparently Senrizo didn't hear the footsteps. The pickoff goes 1-4 for the second out of the inning, and Daniel Davidson could not have put a better throw at second base if he'd have walked the ball there himself. So 2 outs and Lebansky still at first. The count is 0-1 on Espino. We're tied 1-1 top 5. Espino holding the bat towards the heavens, and the pitch is low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Game's in progress right now, where the Pirates are about to be 1 hit by Taylor Buchholz of Houston. Top of the ninth, 2 outs, and Buchholz trying for the 1-hit shutout. Houston leading 3-0. Craig Biggio went deep. Pitch inside, almost hit Espino on the left shoulder. The count is 2-1. Later tonight, Giants and the Rockies at Coors. Mets and Padres at Petco. Dodgers host the Arizona Diamondbacks. American League currently, it's the White Sox over the Twins, 6-2 in the 7th. Jermaine Dye homering for the Sox. Pine Bluff's Corey Hunter hit his 5th home run. Here's the 2-1, and Espino swings and misses. Another great changeup from Davidson. He's got his off-speed stuff working quite well today. Out of Kansas City, where the Royals are trying to break an 11-game losing streak, and they've been visited by owner David Glass over the last few days, just to let him know that he's aware that they're on an 11-game losing streak. Kansas City 11, Cleveland 4 at the moment. So it looks like KC might pick up their win for the next week and a half. The 2-2 pitch to Espino is inside, ball 3. Tampa Bay trails Texas in the top of the 5th inning, 5-2. Kevin Mench hit his 2nd home run. Meanwhile, Johnny Gomes is going off for the Devil Rays. He hit his 8th. Detroit 1, Seattle 0, top 2 at Safeco Field. Keep you updated on all the scores just in a couple of innings. 3-2 to Espino. He struck him out swinging on the breaking ball. And for Davidson, that's strikeout number 3. No runs in the 5th for the Wranglers. 2 hits, 1 left. And a great pickoff by Daniel Davidson as well. That'll take us into the bottom of the 5th inning. It's still tied 1-1 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We focus our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Hey, Traveler fans, don't forget we've got the Texas League All-Star Game this year at Raywinder Field on June the 20th. The best of the North versus the best of the South. And it's brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Tickets still not yet on sale, but we will be putting those tickets on sale next month. You can keep up with when those tickets go on sale at Travs.com or just dial us up at 664-1555. Arkansas Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of the Travelers. And for a limited time, they'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you get a low 6.9 APR for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or just apply online at afcu.org. Bottom of the fifth, and the Travs tied with the Wranglers 1-1. Leading it off is Mike Elward against Sung Song. First pitch is high and tight to ball one. We've got a great pitcher's duel today. Daniel Davidson has scattered 3 hits in 5 innings, and it set down 9 batters at one point. Meanwhile, Song has allowed only 3 hits in 4 innings. Meanwhile, has struck out 4, and has set down 5 in a row to this point. Pitch to Elward missed a little outside. It's 2-0. Catcher Espino turns back to the plate umpire and asks him, "You sure that was outside?" He tells him yes. 2-0 on Elward. The Song gave in. Elward popped up in the second, but he is stroking it these days. Long look at the sign, and Elward will step out. Mike Elward entered this game hitting .375 with a team-high 15 runs batted in. We mentioned about all the doubles, 10, which ties him for the minor league lead. Here's the 2-0 pitch from the right-hander, and Elward will take it. It's a strike inside corner, 2-1. Following Elward is Brent Del Chiaro and then David Gates. Beautiful night for baseball, and all the lights are now on after the transformer blew up. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's in front of the plate, ball 3. We had both light poles along the right and center field fence dark for the first couple of innings, and then the light pole past the left field wall was dark as well. The transformer out in center field on the light pole blew, and so the good thing these lights are back on is it is now pitch black across central Arkansas. But what a comfortable night we have. The 3-1 to Elward. Good swing, but a foul straight back. And the count now full, 3-2. At the first pitch time, it was 78 degrees. We've dropped 4 degrees, down 74. Winds out of the southwest, 4 miles an hour. The flags are limp on the flagpoles, and we just couldn't ask for anything better on a Saturday night in Little Rock. 3-2 to Elward. The Travs first baseman will swing and foul it in the air over the first base seat. Way out of play, still 3-2. Tomorrow afternoon, a big day baseball at Ray Winder Field, 2 o'clock first pitch, but the Jim Elder Sport Fund presents the first of 3 kids clinics on the field with the Travs players and coaches, beginning at 12:45. It's free for kids 18 and under, and then the Traveler game begins at 2 o'clock. Here's the 3-2 to Elward. A swing and a pop-up back this way, and onto the roof over the first base side. 3 consecutive foul balls by Elward keeps the count full. Also tomorrow, if you'd like to get discount admission, the whole family gets in for $6 total just by showing your church bulletin at the ballpark. If you're an AARP member, you get in for free just by showing your valid AARP membership card at the gate. And it's all tomorrow. The gates open 12:30, first pitch 2 o'clock. Travs and the Wranglers here at Ray Winder Field. Another 3-2 forthcoming. Elward swings, and it's a high fly ball to shallow right. Backpedaling into the first baseman Gordon, but he's called off by Murphy. And the second baseman Murphy makes the catch off to the left side of the shoulder for out number 1. And Sung Song officially cruising for the moment. He has retired 6 consecutive batters. This will bring Brent Del Chiaro to the plate for Arkansas. Del, who has now collected 2 hits and 10 at-bats this season. One of them a home run to dead center at Wichita a couple of weeks ago. The other one was, as Keith Comstock mentioned with us on the broadcast when he did this, maybe the first infield single of Del Chiaro's life. Brent, not the fleetest of foot. Backup catcher, but he beat out an infield single in the second. Pitch on the way, and he pops it up on the infield to the left side. Adam Kime, the third baseman, crosses the foul line, still foul territory. Halfway down the line, he makes the catch. And that's out number 2. So that's 7 in a row set down by Sung Song. Number 7 batter David Gates now coming up. Well, the bottom of the order is responsible for the only Traveler run today. That was Casey Smith's homer in the 3rd inning. And as a matter of fact, that's the last Traveler to reach base. Gates, meanwhile, struck out in the 3rd inning. 1 of 4 strikeouts by Song. 2 outs, nobody on. We're tied 1-1, bottom 5. Here's Song's pitch. It's a curveball, low and away, ball one. Song looks to have pretty good mechanics. Comes from straight over the top. No wasted motion. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Gates. Check swing. The fastball is called for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. And just looking throughout Song's career, he hasn't missed many time with injuries. No long stint on the DL. Pitch to Gates. Tried to hold back on a pitch in the dirt, but he followed through, and it's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gates. Song a strike away from sending us into the 6th inning. Goodness gracious. I mean, we've played now about an hour and 15 minutes. Yesterday, an hour and 15 minutes was 2 innings. Today, it's 5 innings. The 1-2 pitch on the way. And Gates drives a hanging curveball deep to the left center field gap, sending Butler out there, and he can't catch it. He almost caught it. It was off the glove. Gates trying for a triple. Here comes the throw from the outfield. It'll be cut off, and a 3-base hit for David Gates, bringing up Casey Smith. Well, Billy Butler darn near brought in that line drive, and I'm not sure how he even came close to that liner by Gates. A screaming shot towards the deepest part of the park. So for Gates, it's his first triple of the season, and now Casey Smith has an opportunity to put Arkansas in front. Crabs haven't been in front at all today. They trailed 1-0 after the second, but tied it on Smith's homer in the third. Quick visit to the mound by the catcher, Espino, and Song, and he figured out how they're going to pitch to Smith. The Travelers' second baseman homered on the third pitch that he saw in the third inning and drilled it over the left field fence. It was Casey's 13th career home run. Here's the first pitch, and that's a high fastball, 1-0. It was the third RBI for Casey Smith this year. If he's got a fourth in him right now, the Travs will take a 2-1 lead. Song will work from the stretch with a go-ahead run at third. The infield is back, the outfield straight away. Song ready, quietly sets the kick, and the 1-0 to Smith. And that one's low. Nice block by Espino. The ball rolled back in front of the catcher, and it's 2 balls, no strikes on Casey Smith. First and second open, but Eric Rodlin is on deck, and Rodlin's been a very tough out. He's hitting 9 of the last 10. Apparently Song and his catcher Espino getting some signs mixed up, and Larry Carter, the Wichita pitching coach, jogged out to the mound. Pitching coaches haven't been needed today, at least not during the inning. Both pitchers have just been outstanding. I mean, it's interesting because, the Wichita Wranglers, a team that carries the league's worst earned run average, is .519. And against the Travelers, that ERA goes up to 683, yet Song pitching his heart out right here. And the Wranglers, they've lost some low-scoring games. Just the day before they got into Little Rock, they lost 2-1 to Springfield. They lost 3-1 to Springfield earlier in that series. So it's not just slugfest that they've been losing. 2-0 to Smith, and Song apparently has the sign he was looking for. He's from the windup now. The pitch is a curveball inside, and he falls behind 3-0. Well, does Smith get the green light on 3-0? Travs get it if it's a perfect pitch. Otherwise, let Rodlin handle it. Song hasn't walked anyone yet. Here's the pitch to Smith. He'll take a fastball, and it's on the inside corner for strike 1. Not the pitch he wants to swing at, but perhaps he gets something better on 3-1. So Song no longer working from the stretch. He just gives Gates a glance before he gets the sign. Now the kick on the 3-1 to Casey is up high, ball 4. First free pass issued by Song. And all this with 2 outs. The triple by Gates, the base on balls for Smith to bring up Eric Rodlin. Rodlin bounced out in the third inning, grounding out to the first baseman Gordon. 318 hitter with 7 RBIs on the season. But Rodlin has torched Wichita, an even .500 average at 7 for 14 with 6 RBIs. Left-hand batter. And now Song will work from the stretch. Smith, decent lead at first. Gordon will hold him. Gates left alone at third. Here's the pitch to Rodlin. He'll swing and miss over top of a changeup. And that's strike 1. So Song going to the split finger on the first pitch to Rodland. Pitcher grabs little rosin, and Rodland, very even stance, feet about 1.5 feet apart. Right foot up to the front of the plate, wiggling the bat under his knees. Now Song gets the sign, and the catcher sets up on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 to Rodland, and the curveball is in there for strike 2. So Song gone ahead of Rodland 0-2 in the third. Got him out on a ground ball. Same thing here in the fifth. 2 quick strikes. 1-1 score, bottom 5. Rodland trying to give the Travelers their first lead. He's choking up a little now. A good half inch. They're going to bust him inside, but instead of throw to first, and Smith lunges back ahead of the throw. He is safe. It does look like Damaso Espino wants Song to bring that fastball right on the hands of Rodland. That's how they got him out in the third inning. Song with the ball behind his back. Nods in agreement, hands together, he's set. 0-2 pitch to Rodland. There's a fastball tailing outside, and it's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Traveler designated hitter. Eric Rodland usually starts as the second baseman. Gets his first start as the DH today. Travs have had a little bit of a roaming designated hitter this season. Many different Travs as a DH, not just one. A 1-2 pitch. Rodland swings at a curve, hits a high fly right to the left fielder Butler. A few steps back, he makes the catch, and the Travs leave the go-ahead run at third base in the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 stranded. We played 5. We're heading into the 6th. Travs 1, Wranglers 1 on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
5 innings are in the books on a beautiful night for baseball at Ray Winder Field, and a decent crowd on hand for a magnetic schedule night. We would like to thank our friends at the Arkansas Oral Health Coalition Incorporated for providing the magnetic schedules, and they've been doing promotions out at Ray Winder Field for a long, long time. And I'd like to remind you that if you're thinking of using any kind of spit tobacco product, well, use spit tobacco, chew, dip, and die. Top 10 reasons to quit for using spit tobacco. They use cyanide in it. If you dip 1 can per day, you'll be spending $1,100 on that stuff. It's more addicting than cigarettes. Spit tobacco contains more nicotine. It stains your teeth, stains your clothes, your car's upholstery. There's formaldehyde in it. Sugar will decay your teeth and expose your tooth roots. There's sugar in that stuff, too. It smells bad, stains everything. White patches, red sores will turn into cancer. That comes from spit tobacco, and 100 Arkansans die each week from tobacco-related illness. 6th inning, Adam Kime leads off, and Daniel Davidson's first pitch is fly towards Dwayne Bacon in center, and he's right there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 6th. Enough about the depressing statistics about the evils of using spit tobacco. back to baseball. A little more fun to talk about. Phil Elson with you here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. Great game tonight. 1 run, 3 hits for Wichita. Travs 1 run, 4 hits. Top of the Wranglers order, and Ángel Sánchez squaring around. Takes a strike from Davidson over the inside corner. Daniel Davidson in 5 1/3 innings has scattered 3 hits. He has allowed just the 1 run on Billy Butler's homer to start the 2nd inning. Sánchez has grounded out to shortstop 2 times. The pitch from Davidson is low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Donnie Murphy is on deck. The hit for the Wranglers, Butler's homer, Enrizo infield single, Chris Lebansky flare to center. And Sánchez swings a little late at the fastball and fouls it over the first base roof. And the count is 1-2. A note about tomorrow's game. Originally, Steven Shell was slated to be the starting pitcher, but with Shell up at AAA now and hopefully for the remainder of the season, tomorrow to be announced. 1-2 to Sánchez as a breaking ball. Low and in. It hits the third. It's 2-2. But Ty Boykin mentioned that there's a possibility that Jesse Smith could pitch tomorrow's game. Smith was yesterday's Traveler starter and only lasted 1 inning through 46 pitches, so it's pretty much like a day in the bullpen. So, may see Jesse Smith tomorrow afternoon. 2-2 to Sánchez. Reached out and poked it back into the screen. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. So, we're not quite sure how the departure of Shell affects the Traveler starting rotation. Rafael Rodriguez will probably be pitching early next week. Rafi did pitch a couple of days ago for Rancho Cucamonga. So he would be due to pitch, I believe, on Tuesday. 2-2 to Sánchez. Davidson throws a fastball, and Sánchez hits a high fly down the right field line. Shallow. Gates coming in fair territory, and then makes the catch and crosses foul. And that's out number 2. So Sánchez is 0 for 3. Here comes Donnie Murphy. Murphy's grounded out to Matt Brown twice. Murphy 0 for 2, and after going 1 for 6 yesterday, he is 2 for his last 15 after a hamstring injury forced him to miss 7 days. Pitch on the way to Murphy, and it hangs in there for called strike 1. Davidson trying for a 6th inning. The 0-1. It's swung on and missed. A good fastball blown right by Murphy. And it's 0-2. When is the last time a Traveler starter pitched 6 innings? Well, it was Steven Shell just 4 days ago. Went 7 2/3, but still lost to Tulsa 5-1. The 0-2 to Murphy. And it's high, ball 1. For Daniel Davidson, he went 6 1/3 innings against, he did not. He went 5 2/3 innings twice. He has yet to pitch 6 innings in a game this year. The 1-2 now to Murphy is swung on and missed. He struck him out with a fastball, and the 6th inning is over. Down go the Wranglers, 1-2-3. That's the 4th strikeout for Davidson. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. Trav 1, Wranglers 1 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It's Traveler Baseball here at Little Rock's Ray Winder Field in the final season of action. It's a spectacular old ballpark. We've got a pitcher's duel. 1-1 score, bottom six. And it'll be the Travs at the top of the order against Sung Song. Song over 5 innings has limited the Travelers, who hold the highest team batting average in the league, to only 4 base hits. The hits are Aaron Peel single, Brent LTR's infield single, a homer by Casey Smith, and a triple by David Gates. Top of the order, Dwayne Bacon. He's fouled out and grounded to the mound. He's 0 for 2. Batting from the left side. Song delivers to him, and a swing and a miss by Dwayne on a split-fingered pitch. Strike 1. Song went 6 in the 3rd innings against the Travelers on April the 12th. Got a no decision. Travs won it 5-4. Here's an 0-1 to Bacon, and the curveball is over for strike 2. Last time out, Song went 5 innings, struck out 9. And right now, nothing's slowing him down. Here's the 0-2 to Dwayne. A swing and a miss on a curveball, and he's out on strike. Ball was in the dirt, but quickly pounced on by Espino, and he finishes the strikeout by tagging Bacon. Strikeout number 5 for Sung Song. So Song now with 22 strikeouts on the season, which ties him with Corpus Christi's Paul Estrada for second in the league. And now one more strikeout for Song, which tie him with Springfield's Mike Parisi for the Texas League lead in strikeouts. The batter is Aaron Peel, right-hander. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the first and caught stealing. Grounded out of the 4th. Pitch. Up high. Ball 1. Time is in at third base. Now Peel, we haven't seen him bunt for a hit yet this season. And Kime isn't all the way up. He's right at the cut of the grass. Now backing up a little bit. He'll give Peel a little more room. Song winds, delivers, and Peel fouls it in the air. Out of play over the first base side, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the Trav left fielder, Aaron Peel, who entered this game hitting .302. Going into yesterday's game, Peel was batting .246. That's what a 5 for 6 game does for you here in the month of April. Pushes your batting average up almost 60 points. 1-1 to Peel. Split-fingered, and he took it low, ball 2. 2-1. Nice eye. It is rare for a split-fingered pitch to be thrown for a strike. It looks like it's going to be a strike and then dives straight down. Better just not to swing at it. The 2-1 to Peel is another split-finger, but that's at the knees. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both pitched there, and Peel thought that it was under the knees. 1-1 our scores. Bottom 6. Nobody on for the Travelers and 1 away. Song kicks and delivers to Peel, and he takes strike 3 at the knees. That's strikeout number 6. So a couple of strikeouts in the 6th inning for Sung Song to bring up Brandon Wood. And Wood has struck out twice. Wood a strikeout on the 1st and the 4th, both times on fastballs. Pitch on the way, and that's under the knees, ball 1. So Wood has struck out 25 times now, but he'll take the strikeouts along with the power. Pitch on the way, curveball, it hung, and he took strike 1. Hittable pitch there. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wood. All it takes is 1 mistake for Wood to crush one out of here. Song delivers, and it's another curveball, but that one missed a little high, and it's 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on for the Travs 3-hitter, Brandon Wood. Pitch on the way, fastball down low, 3-1. Matt Brown waiting on deck. Brown, the leading hitter on the team. Song peering over his glove. Wood has room on the left side of second base if he hits it up the middle. Time called, Brandon stepped out. Song just kept staring at the catcher. Now back into the plate. Wood waits. And here's Song 3-1, and it's a fastball. Strike 2 called. Over the outside corner. And Wood will come back after going across the plate. Thought he was on base in ball 4. Brano stepped back in. He's at a full count in the last at-bat, and Song struck him out on high heat. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, not well hit into left field. Butler coming in, still coming in, and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down with the Traveler half of the 6th inning. We will go into the 7th. 1-1 score. Pitchers duel with Arkansas and Wichita on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
If you're looking for answers from an auto parts store, get ready. Advance Auto Parts is working harder to help you save money by doing it yourself. Get ready for ASE certified experts who are ready to help. Get ready for in-depth information from our free do-it-yourself brochures. Get ready for Advanced TV, our exclusive in-store video network that will have you going from no way to knowing how in no time. For all the advice you'll ever need, the first place to go is Advanced Auto Parts. We're ready in advance.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So, you ready to put in a bid? A what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out. It's the first house you've shown us. Yeah, isn't that great?
Not working with a Century 21 agent. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 Service Pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 Pledge is offered by participating offices. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Ken Kincaid. It's Sean Arnell of Conference Call. Join us Monday through Friday right here on ESPN 1380 in Little Rock. All SEC, all the time. Join Ken Kincaid and me for all the SEC action. If it's SEC, it's on Conference Call. It's Conference Call Monday through Friday from 5 to 8 right here on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
6 innings are complete at Ray Winter Field. Here are the totals on a beautiful Saturday night for the Wichita Wranglers. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. Wranglers have stranded 1 man. Traveler totals 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Travs have stranded 2. In the top of the 7th inning, Daniel Davidson remains on the mound. He has thrown only 74 pitches in the 6 innings, striking out 4, walking none, and allowing 3 base hits. And Davidson facing the 3, 4, and 5 batters in the 7th inning for Wichita. Alex Gordon will start things off. Davidson struck him out on the 1st and got him to bounce out in the 4th inning. Lefty to lefty. Gordon does have power with 3 home runs. Pitch on the way. It's outside corner, strike 1. Gordon with 3 home runs, 8 doubles. A couple of those doubles yesterday. The 0-1 pitch is a curve, low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So after reaching base 6 times yesterday, Daniel Davidson keeping Gordon off base so far. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Gordon. He'll take it inside, and it was dropped by Del Chiaro, 2-1. Looks like we may get some action in the Wichita bullpen shortly. Sung Song has thrown 93 pitches in 6 innings. So Davidson has thrown 19 less pitches in the same amount of innings. 2-1 pitch to Gordon is a little outside, ball 3, close one there. And it looks like the Wranglers do have a pitcher starting to warm up in the pen. I'll let you know who that is just as soon as we can. A 3-1 pitch comes to Gordon. A swing and a foul straight back. He tried to rip that one out of the park. 3-2. Gordon's autograph in high demand, not just here in Little Rock or in Wichita, but all across the Texas League. Topps released his rookie card a little too early. 3-2 pitch to Gordon. Ball 4, first walk of the game issued by Davidson. He's trying to get Gordon to chase a breaking pitch, but he let it go and takes the base on ball. So the leadoff man on base for the Wranglers for just the 2nd time. Billy Butler was the leadoff man to reach in the 2nd inning, and he circled the bases with a home run. Here's a pitch on the way, and a high fly ball deep to right field by Butler. Has a chance. It is gone. His 2nd home run of the game on the first pitch that he sees. And Wichita now leads 3-1 on Butler's 3rd home run of the season. Boy, a quick ball that got out of here. A rising line drive that was still going up when it went over the right field fence. So Butler has had Davidson's number today. Daniel has given up only 4 base hits, 2 of them to Butler. and Butler accounts for all 3 Wichita runs. 3-1 Wranglers, and now there'll be some action in the Traveler pen. The batter will be Mitch Maier, nobody out. Maier slide out to left field twice. And it's Davidson from the windup. Here's the pitch. Check swing. It's up high. They'll appeal. Did he go? No. John Coxtosen said so, the third base umpire, and it's ball 1. Warming up in the Traveler pen is right-hander Bobby Zimmerman. Here's the 1-0 from Davidson. Maier takes the breaking ball over the outside corner, strike 1. Warming up in the Wichita bullpen is right-hander Derek DePriest. So the Wichita starter will be done. That song, Daniel Davidson, might not be going much longer. He throws the 1-1 to Maier, and that is a strike on the outside corner. Again, we're working with a plate umpire that is taking forever to call pitches a strike or a ball. Count 1 and 2. Hands over the head, Davidson throws it. And Maier reached out for the pitch, grounds it in the hole at second, but Casey Smith is right there. He'll field it and throw over to first base for out number 1. You know, the Travs are in a position here that they've been used to, at least against the Wichita Wranglers. Even before yesterday's game, when the Travs came back from 6 runs down, they defeated the Wranglers 3 times in Wichita last week when the Travelers trailed by 3. So they're trailing by 2 now. And the idea is just to get into the Wichita bullpen. The Travs have had tons of success against the Wrangler relief corps. It is Juan Senrizo batting, nobody on base. And the right-hand batter swings and misses at a slider from Davidson, and the count is 0-1. Senrizo struck out in the second. Beat a ground ball to shortstop for an infield single in the 5th. He would make it to second base on a single by Chris Lansky, but then Davidson picked him off. The left-hander into the glove as the 0-1 is thrown to Senrizo, and he swings and misses again. And a changeup that was darting outside. So no balls, 2 strikes on Senrizo. 2 runs are home here in the 7th inning on the homer by Billy Butler. Butler came into the game with 1 home run and 5 RBIs in 15 games. But today, he's 2 for 3 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. An 0-2 pitch from Davidson. Senrizo takes it outside, and that's ball 1. Meanwhile, Davidson hadn't allowed a homer over his first 3 starts. And on the day where he's been sharper than any point this season, allowed his first 2 home runs of the year. Pitch to Senrizo is in the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Juan Senrizo with 1 out in the top of the 7th. 2 runs in for the Wranglers. 3-1 Wichita in a pitcher's duel. The day after, the pitchers didn't do much. 11-10, Travs won yesterday, but today's game much different. Davidson stares for the sign, and Senrizo steps out. Now Senrizo steps back in with nobody on. Davidson a strike away from his 5th whiff. The pitch is low again, went to the breaking ball, and Senrizo has taken this count from 0-2 to a full count. Davidson hadn't walked a batter until the start of this inning. Then he allowed Gordon to take a free pass on a 3-2 pitch. And Butler followed with a home run. Walks can kill. A long look again at the sign. Davidson gets it. And here is the payoff to Senrizo. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Strikeout number 5. Two outs in the 7th as Davidson has rebounded nicely after Butler's home run. Chris Lebansky coming up. He's gone to center field twice. Flied out to Bacon in center in the 2nd inning. And a broken bat flare in the 5th fell in for a base hit. Here's a pitch to Lebansky. Fastball called strike 1 right down the middle. Lefty versus lefty. Lebansky on a 4-game hit streak now, including his single in the 5th. It all comes after he had a stretch of 1 hit and 26 at-bats. 0-1, popped up, shallow left. Wood is streaking out from shortstop. Wood's going to make the call, and the catch in the side is retired. So Davidson recovers, but still allows the 2-run homer to Butler. 2 runs, 1 hit for Wichita, nobody left. Time for the 7th inning stretch here, and it's the Travelers trailing now 3-1. on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the line to pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN
1380. Now for the bottom of the seventh inning at Ray Winters, the Travelers trailing now 3-1 against the Wichita Wranglers. Billy Butler, the star of the game thus far, as he has hit 2 home runs, accounting for all 3 of Wichita's tallies. Meanwhile, Sung has also pitched well, and Sung remaining in the game right now after throwing 93 pitches in 6 innings. Wichita skipper Frank White wants to stick with Sung for the time being before going to the bullpen. Matt Brown to lead off the 7th for the Travs. Sung over 6 innings has struck out 6. He got Brown in the 2nd. Brown popped up in the 4th. Pitch on the way, fastball, strike outside corner. Sung has walked only 1 batter and allowed 4 base hits. The only Traveler run came in the 3rd inning on a solo homer by Casey Smith. Brown back to the plate, and here's Sung's 0-1. It's a fastball, and Brown fouls it off. Count goes to 0-2. Dupreez, who was warming up in the Wichita pen while the Wranglers were batting in the top of the 7th inning. He's still standing out there on the mound, throwing a pitch every couple of minutes, but not really warming up with any purpose. So Sung's game for the time being. Here's the 0-2 to Brown, the curveball, and he bounces towards third base. Kime at backhand, nice play. Checks his arm, still has the ball in the hand, fires across and gets the out. 1 away. Looks like Kime had to make sure he had a grip on the baseball, and it nearly cost him the out with Brown running hard down the first base line. So, 1 away. Here's Mike Elward. Michel Simard gets up and starts to loosen in the Traveler pen. And again, Dupreez getting ready in the Wichita pen. Here's Elward. Mike's popped up to the second baseman twice. Sung starts with a curve, and it's in there. Strike 1. You have Elward backing up a little bit. Elward was 3 for 5 yesterday, but Sung keeping him in check. The right-hander's 0-1. Another curveball, but that time it's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Get to the scores in the Texas League here. Mentioned earlier, Tulsa beat Springfield in the afternoon, 9-6. Tulsa back at first place by 1 game over the Cardinals. Elward a little late on the fastball, fouls it high towards the bullpen in right field. Then Rizzo gives chase, but it's out of play over the bullpen. And rolling into the groundskeeping area. 1-2 on Elward. Well, San Antonio on their way to losing for the 8th consecutive game. Midland leading 4-1 in the top of the 8th. And the Frisco Rough Riders still trail Corpus Christi in the 5th inning by a score of 3-2. To wind up the pitch to Elward is a split-fingered low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. on the Traveler first baseman. Del Chiaro waiting in the on-deck area. The 2-2. Elward takes it. It's low and outside, full count. We've had our attendance announced. 3,803 at Rawinder Field on Saturday, April 22nd, 2006. 3-1 Wichita, bottom 7. No one on for Elward. Here's the payoff pitch to him. He'll take it low, ball 4, and that'll put the tying run up to the plate in the form of Brent Del Chiaro. Time called, and Frank White is out of the dugout. He sent his catcher Espino to the mound as well. DePriest, the sidearmer, getting ready in the bullpen, and White is making the change. So it's a call to the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. Save a bundle on services from AT&T, whether it's high-speed internet, satellite television, voice services, and wireless. The new AT&T Your World delivered. It's Derek DePriest coming out of the bullpen, and we'll take a 60-second break and tell you about him for the rest of the bottom of the 7th. Wichita 3, the Travelers 1. This is Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery Fiesta. High-speed internet or credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Derek DePriest is the new pitcher for the Wichita Wranglers. As the call of the bullpen is brought to you by the new AT&T, available online at att.com. We get our first look at Derek DePriest, who is a 6'8", 235-pound submarining right-hander, who is 29 years old and hailing from Homestead, Florida. DePriest, who is new to the organization, had pitched last year in El Paso with the Diablos in their first year in the Independent Central League. And DePriest this year signed up by the Royals. He has made 2 appearances with the Wranglers, going 0-1 with a 4.50 earned run average. Brent Del Chiaro coming up to the plate. Del Chiaro beat a ground ball to third base back in the 2nd inning and then fouled out in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. 3-1, Wichita in front. Bottom 7, tying run at the plate. Elward, the runner at first. The pitch to Del Chiaro is in there for strike 1. Well, DePriest looks like a tough pitcher to hit. Anytime you're 6'8" and come from down under, tough to pick up that ball. The pitch. And it's outside, a slider, missing way outside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the Traveler catcher, Del Chiaro. Last year in El Paso, DePriest had a 1.53 ERA in 45 games. Pitch to Del Chiaro was strike 2 called, a slider to the knees, 1-2. DePriest relieves for Sung Song, who is in line for the win if the Wranglers hold on. 6 1/3 for Song, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 1 run. Pitch from DePriest, wild pitch, a slider way outside all the way to the screen, and that gives Elward second base no problem. 2-2 to count, and forget about the double play now. DePriest, who has thrown nothing but sliders here in the early part of this at-bat, threw one about, 3-4 feet outside, not even close. Two balls and 2 strikes on Del Chiaro. DePriest comes home, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back to the slider, and he strikes Del Chiaro out for out number 2. So for DePriest, 4th strikeout and 4 in the 3rd inning. And here's David Gates. Gates is probably the right kind of hitter to go up against Derek DePriest because if Gator is sitting on him on a slider, and the pitcher gives it to him, if it's not where the pitcher wants it, which is further under the belt and closer to the knees, Gates can simply crush it. Elwood, good lead, no one holding. The pitch is a called strike as DePriest goes to another slider, and it hit the inside corner. Gates today, 3rd inning strikeout, 5th inning triple, but he was stranded at 3rd. And to the stretch, the right-hander, DePriest 0-1 is outside. Another slider, 1 ball, 1 strike. Zimmerman still tossing in the Traveler pen, and the Wichita pen is quiet, with DePriest trying to protect the Wranglers' 2-run lead in the 7th inning. The pitch to Gates is swung on and lined right to the shortstop for out number 3. Well, Gates hit it right on the button, but to the wrong spot, and the Travelers do not score in the 7th. They got no hits. Strand a man at second base. Song, 6 in the 3rd innings, only 1 run allowed. Heading into the 8th, it's the Wranglers 3 and the Travelers 1 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride. AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Here's the wind-up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
ADXE North Little Rock.
7 innings in the books at Ray-Winder Field. The Wichita Wranglers have the lead over the Travs by a score of 3-1. Phil Elson with you here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. Brad Hicks, our studio engineer. We're also live on minorleaguebaseball.com. New pitcher on the mound for the Travelers, and the call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Your world delivered. It is Bobby Zimmerman who is taking over for Daniel Davidson. Zimmerman making his 6th appearance of the season. Zim has allowed an 844 earned run average and has walked 6 and allowed 5 hits in 5 1/3 innings. So Zimmerman is due for a good appearance. And in a spot where the Travs need him to keep it close, this is about the time to do it. And there'll also be a pitcher warming up at the start of the inning for the Travelers. And he's wearing number 40. That looks like Rafael Rodriguez, I believe, who arrived at the ballpark late. So that is Rodriguez getting loose in the bullpen for the Travelers. Damaso Espino leads off. And the first pitch is chopped along the third base line. It's going to hit the bag. It's picked up now by Brown on a bare hand. He fires and gets the out. Great play by Matt Brown. Well, Brown saw that ball hugging the line, and it had the line of path that it was just going to go right into third base. And so after he realized that's where the ball was going to end up, he just barehanded it right in front of the base and fired across to get the out, and there's one away. Adam Keim up to the plate as Zimmerman works from the windup. The big right-hander from St. Louis throws a slider for strike one. Keim has grounded out to shortstop and fly to center field, followed by Ángel Sánchez. Tough luck for Daniel Davidson. Had an outstanding start, one of the best performances by a Traveler pitcher this year. There's a pop-up by Keim in a shallow right field. Gates got a late break, but has plenty of time to come in. He does, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Davidson will get another no decision at best, but we'll still have to wait for his first victory. Gave up 3 runs, all earned on 4 hits and 1 walk in 7 innings. Struck out 5. The big number is 2, allowing 2 home runs to Billy Butler. But really, Davidson had a really nice performance. Sanchez, the batter, 0 for 3. Zimmerman pumps a fastball for strike 1 over the inside corner. So we'll keep another streak going here as, pardon me, no Travelers starting pitcher has picked up a win in quite a while. Swing and a miss by Sanchez on a heavy Zimmerman fastball, 0-2. The last Traveler starting pitcher to pick up a win in a game was Chris Hunter 7 days ago. Now, it's at Wichita 1 week from today. Pitch on the way. Line drive to right field, falling in, base hit. Sanchez, who led all the minor leagues in base hits last year, collects his first of the game today. Nice piece of hitting, just went with that pitch over to the right field side. So, base hit number 5 for the Wichita Wranglers to bring up Donnie Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 3. Murphy's grounded out twice, struck out once, and a pitch swung on and missed. Well, Zimmerman is displaying a pretty hard, heavy fastball today. As he gets ahead of Murphy 0-1. The Wichita Wranglers 3, the Arkansas Travelers 1. Top of the 8th in the second game of the series. 0-1 from Zimmerman. Murphy takes a slider for ball 1, low and outside. Travelers, before yesterday's win, had lost 5 in a row. Meanwhile, the Wichita Wranglers, who come into the game 3-12, well, they have lost 6 of their last 8. In fact, they dropped their first 6 games before beating the Travs on the 13th, 7-6. 1 ball, 1 strike from Zimmerman to Murphy. Sanchez takes a decent lead, a good 4.5 feet. But he's leaning towards first as Zimmerman sets under the belt. Long pause, and time is called by the batter. Murphy will step out. Really, the only time today the game has slowed down, right here. Zimmerman gets the sign once again. Here's the pitch, and it is inside to Murphy for ball 2. Zimmerman's last outing gave up 2 runs in 1 inning to Tulsa in that 11-3 loss in the last game of the series. He does have 2 saves. The last 2 outings giving up a total of 5 runs in an inning and a third. Pitch on the way. High fly ball to the right field corner. Slicing away from Gates as he crosses into foul territory. That's way out of play, close to the transformer next to the groundskeeping area. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Wichita second baseman, Murphy. When the Travelers come up in the bottom of the 8th inning, they will be due to have Casey Smith, Eric Rodlin, and Dwayne Bacon against the Priest. 2-2 to Murphy. A little bleeder off the bat. Heads to the Traveler dugout at first base. It's foul. And still 2-2. Rodriguez still working in the Traveler pen. He may be making his Double-A debut in the 9th. Keith Comstock, minor league roving instructor for the pitchers in the Angels system, said that he thought Rodriguez would get a bullpen game first before getting into the starting rotation. Zimmerman, a throw to first base, which is not in time. kinds of moves the last few days in the Angels system, and it all started with the injury due to Bartolo Colon. Put him on the 15-day DL. 2-2 to Murphy. Swinging a high fly ball towards center field. Bacon turns his back on it. Goes to the warning track at the wall. It is gone. And Donnie Murphy, it's a 2-run homer off Bobby Zimmerman. The umpires apparently don't realize that ball is gone. Now they do. Murphy had stopped at second base, and now he is told to circle the bases. That ball just got over the shell sign in center field. Just barely got over the sign, but it did. Murphy hits his second home run of the season, and the Wranglers are now leading 5-1. So Zimmerman's struggles continue. He's gotten the first 2 outs of the 8th inning, but then gives up Sanchez's single. And the home run by Murphy. That's the first home run allowed by Zimmerman, but now in the last 3 games, Bobby's allowed 7 runs in just 2 innings of work. So the batter now is Alex Gordon. The base is empty, 2 outs, and a pitch on the way from Zimmerman. And it's a fastball for a strike over the outside corner. Gordon, who yesterday was on base 6 times, is 0 for 2, but he did reach in the 7th and scored the go-ahead run for the Wranglers on the front end of the homer by Butler. Up high is Zimmerman with a fastball, 1-1. All 5 Wichita runs today coming on homers. Butler, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in, and Murphy, the 2-run homer just completed. 1-1, fouled off under the roof on the third base side, and it's 1-2 on the Wichita first baseman, Alex Gordon. So coming back from a 2-run deficit over 2 innings, not so tough. Coming back from a 4-run deficit in 2 innings, a lot tougher. You know what? The Wranglers have blown big leads late in the game quite a bit this year. Here's the 1-2 to Gordon. It is very high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wranglers blew a 6-run lead in the 9th inning on opening night at Tulsa and lost in 16 innings. They blew 3-run leads to the Travelers last week and then blew a 6-run lead yesterday to the Travelers. So it took 9 innings to blow it. Pitch to Gordon is bounced along the first base line, foul. Foul by maybe a couple of inches. Still 2-2 from Zimmerman to Gordon. The Wranglers leading 5-1 in the top of the 8th. Where Bobby Zimmerman, his first 3 games, he looked the part of the closer. Saved 2, only allowed 1 hit in 4 innings. Pitch on the way to Gordon, and that's low and inside, and it's a full count now. But Zim over the last 2 games, and now counting this one, it just seems to be inconsistent. He's got good stuff, heavy fastball with movement, herky-jerky motion, all kinds of breaking stuff. The 3-2 is strike 3 called over the outside corner, and that'll end the 8th. But the 2-run homer by Donnie Murphy caps the inning for the Wranglers. 2 runs on 2 hits and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. The Wranglers 5, the Travelers 1 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller can call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and a tall order for the Arkansas Travelers, though an order that they certainly can fill. They need 4 runs over the next 2 innings and then keep the Wranglers off the scoreboard in the 9th to at least tie the game. 5-1, Wichita leads. They had a 1-1 score going into the 7th inning when Billy Butler cracked a 2-run homer. Another 2-run homer by Donnie Murphy came in the 8th. The Travelers' only run came off the bat of Casey Smith. A solo home run in the 3rd. Casey leads off the 8th against Derek Dupree. Now Smith homered and walked today. Here's a pitch to him, and it is low, ball 1. Smith is followed by Eric Rodlin and then Dwayne Bacon. Dupree is in his 2nd inning of work. A 1-0 is over the plate, strike 1. Derek Dupree, we mentioned he's 29 years old. He was drafted as a 23-year-old by the Montreal Expos in 2000. 1-1 to Smith, hangs in there, and he takes strike 2. Lasted 3 years with the Expos, getting up to as high as AA. Missed the 0-1 season. The 1-2 pitch, outside, 2-2. Dupree has bounced around the independent league for the last 3 seasons. Pitched in San Angelo, North Shore in the Northeast League, Quebec, and El Paso. The pitch to Smith called strike 3 on the low outside corner. Smith turns around and lets the plate umpire know he disagrees with the strike zone. And Casey Smith is about as laid back as a player can be. And even with his arguing, he still looks laid back. He walks back out towards the dugout and said his piece. Batter is Eric Rodlin. He's 0 for 2. 8 Traveler batters are struck out today. The man has only 4 hits. Pitch to Rodlin. Strike 1 called over the outside corner. Here's the next pitch, and Rodlin hits it up the middle. Second baseman Murphy backhands in back of the bag, throws across his body, and retires Rodlin 4-3. Good-looking play by Murphy. Not that he dove to stop that hard ground ball, but he was able to show enough range to get to that baseball, right in back at second base, and he didn't even need to wheel around and pivot. He just threw it across his body. Nice-looking play for the 2nd out of the inning to bring Dwayne Bacon up. Bacon is 0 for 3. He's fouled out, hit back to the mound, and struck out. No one on for Bacon. 2 outs in the 8th. 4-run lead for the Wranglers. Bacon squares around and takes a slider inside ball 1. The Wranglers will get a right-hander warming up at the moment. And that is Leo Nunez getting set. The pitch to Bacon is over the outside corner for a strike. Now the count is 1-1. Aaron Teo on deck. Trav's looking to rally here in the 8th, but it takes someone getting on base first. Pitch to Bacon is in there for strike 2, and Trav's having some trouble with the slider shown by Derek Dupree. He's thrown almost nothing but sliders and the occasional fastball as he blows a fastball here, and it's fouled off by Bacon. Still 1-2 in the Trav center fielder. Rodriguez no longer warming up in the Traveler pen, so we may not see him in the 9th. Bob Zimmerman could be coming back out for another inning of work. A 1-2 to Bacon. Strike 3 called. He takes the slider over the outside half. And a perfect 8th inning for Derek Dupree with 2 strikeouts, both of them on a called 3rd strike. So that'll take us into the 9th. And it's the Wichita Wranglers 5 and the Arkansas Travelers 1. This is Traveler Baseball on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Top of inning number 9 here at Ray Winter Field. The Wichita Wranglers in front of the Travelers by a 5-1 score on the strength of 2 Billy Butler home runs and another 2-run homer by Donnie Murphy. Butler will have a chance for a 3rd homer. He leads off the ninth against Bobby Zimmerman. Zimmerman will work from the windup. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike on the inside corner to Butler. We were talking at the start of this game about Butler, who hadn't shown much power this year. He hit 30 home runs last season, 25 of them at single A, but he's showing some power today, that's for sure. The 0-1 is smacked on a line drive toward dead center, and Dwayne Bacon coming in. He couldn't catch it. I don't think he saw the ball. It fell in front of him. As for leaning out and trying to catch it backhand off the grass, it's going to be a single for Butler. Dwayne Bacon having some trouble reading the ball off the bat in center field. It was a very hard-hit line drive by Butler. Extremely hard hit. But if Bacon came in, even just one more step, he may have had a better chance for the out. So 3 hits for Butler. 3 for 4. Mitch Maier now the batter. And he fouls the first pitch off the left side. Strike 1. So that's the 7th base hit for the Wranglers. The Travs have been limited to 4 base hits today by Sung Song and Derek DePriest. And Nunez still getting ready in the bullpen. An 0-1 to Maier, and it's hit on towards the right center field, and that's base hit. It's a good line drive hit by Maier. Butler around second, trying for third. The throw go in towards the infield. Maier at second base already with a stand-up double, and they're second and third, and nobody out in the 9th inning. Wranglers attempting to pull away from the Travelers and Bobby Zimmerman. Zimmerman entered the game in the 8th inning. He got 2 quick outs, but 4 of the last 5 batters have reached base against him, and they haven't just reached base, they've hit the ball hard. Everything's been hit hard here. So they've got to play for the out at home. Juan Senrizo coming up to the plate. Senrizo is 1 for 3. And an infield single in the 5th inning. He has also struck out twice. Zimmerman desperately needing it out to keep the Travelers within striking distance. At first pitch to Senrizo. In there for a strike with a fastball, 0-1. Michel Simard is working in the bullpen once again. The idea was to have Zimmerman go 2 innings. And he might not make it through the 9th. Come set, here's the 0-1. A swing and a miss. The slider dove under his bat, strike 2. We've been told by Angels coaches in the minor leagues that with Zimmerman, at times he will struggle and look very bad. Other times he will look absolutely dominating. 0-2 to Senrizo is in the dirt, and that's blocked by Del Chiaro. Runners hold. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The idea for the Angels coaches is that Zimmerman needs to find a happy medium and become a more consistent pitcher. It looks as of now, he's been going a little bit to the extreme, dominating over his first 3 outings. Zimmerman's been dominated over his previous 3, counting today. The 1-2 to Senrizo is low and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield, not quite all the way up. They're just about even to the baselines, not on the grass. Butler at third, Maier at second base. The 2-2 is low, and Senrizo takes an 0-2 count and brings it all the way back, and now it's full. Bobby Zimmerman trying for the first out of the ninth. With a 3-2 count to Senrizo. The pitch is swung on and grounded off the end of the bat, foul on the first base side towards Al LeBeau, the hitting coach for the Wranglers. He will hand it to a kid in the Optimist dugout. Runners out to decent lead, although Butler is a little closer at third base. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a tapper towards first base. Backhand by Elward. He will throw over to the pitcher covering, and Zimmerman beats Senrizo to the plate. And the runner's home. The out goes 3-1, and both Elward and Zimmerman had a lot of ground to cover on that chopper. I'm not sure if Elward would have been better serviced by letting the second baseman Smith handle that, but then again, you don't take anything for granted, especially on the Ray Winder Field infield surface. A nice play by Elward and Zimmerman to keep the runners at bay and get that first out. Quick chat with Zimmerman and Del Chiaro. Del walks back behind the dish, and here's Chris Labansky at the plate for Wichita. Wranglers leading by 4 in the top of the ninth, and they're threatening for more. Second and third, one out for Labansky, and the left-hand batter is 1 for 3. Fly to center, single to center, pops up to short. Infield stays in, even with a baseline. Pitch to Labansky is fouled straight back to the net, strike one. Well, the Travelers down to the ninth inning. They start with Aaron Peel, then Wood and Brown. But it'll take more than just those three reaching base in order to bring the Travs back into the game. They will need a big rally. 0-1 to Labansky. Is up high, not caught by Del Chiaro. Goes all the way to the screen. Coming home is Butler. He scores. And it is called a pass ball on Del Chiaro. And on to third base goes Maier. And it's 6-1 Wichita. Tough pitch for Del Chiaro to handle. It was a very high fastball, but he could have caught it. Clipped the mitt, went straight back. Infield stays in with a runner at third base now. The count 1-1 on Labansky. Zimmerman comes home, and Labansky fouls it over the roof. Strike two. So the Wranglers, who scored only one run in the first 6 innings of today's game, have now scored 5 runs since the start of the 7th. Travelers, meanwhile, have still only scored 1 run way back in the 3rd. 1-2 pitch. Labansky swings, drives it towards right field. Gates is right there to catch the liner. Coming home is Maier from third, and he'll score the 2nd run of the inning, and it is 7-1. Right in a row, and innings 7, 8, and 9 for the Wranglers are 3-2s. 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. And that's how the Wranglers have taken a tie game and exploded for a 6-run lead. Sac fly for Labansky. And that's his 3rd RBI of the year. First run batted in for Labansky that doesn't come on a solo homer. The batter is Damaso Espino, and he takes ball 1 inside, 1-0. So now a 7-1 score, and Wichita has quieted the Traveler crowd down. The 1-0 to Espino. Swung on, line drive, base hit, right center field. Over to cut it off is Gates. Espino makes the turn and holds with the 3rd hit of the inning for the Wranglers. Zimmerman's now allowed 5 hits over the last 8 men he's faced. That's it for Zimmerman. Out of the dugout is Traveler manager Tyrone Boykin, and he's going to bring in the right-hander Michel Simard. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Your world delivered. It's now 7-1 Wichita, and Simard coming on, just trying to get one out. We'll give you him after these words. A 60-second break on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewATT.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
New pitcher for the Arkansas Travelers is Michel Simard. He's just going to try to get one out after the AT&T call to the bullpen. Go online to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast high-speed internet. Order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price. Again, online at att.com. We're still in the top of the ninth inning after the Wranglers put up 2 runs against Bobby Zimmerman, and Zimmerman in an inning and 2/3 allowed 5 hits, 4 runs so far, still responsible for Espino at first base. Zimmerman did not walk anybody. He struck out 1. But a rough outing for Bobby. Simard is the third Traveler pitcher tonight, right-hander from Charlesbourg, Quebec. 6'4", 200 pounds. And Michel making his 4th Traveler appearance, no wins, no losses, and a .386 ERA. He'll be facing Adam Kime, right-hand batter, who's 0 for 3 in the number 9 spot. Espino leads away from first, and a pitch comes low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Kime, who's flied out twice, grounded out once. 7-1 Wichita. The pitch is grounded hard up the middle, and Wood couldn't field it, took a nasty bounce past his left arm. It goes into center field. It'll be an error on Brandon Wood, though it did look like a bad hop may have gotten over the arm. So the inning continues. Espino to second, and Kime to first base. Go to the top of the order, and Ángel Sánchez. First error in the game for either team. And for Brandon Wood, that's his 9th. But again, I'm not quite sure if that was really an error, but that's for another discussion another time. So the batter is Ángel Sánchez, and the pitch on the way to him, and that's in there for strike 1 call. Sánchez reached against Zimmerman with a 2-out single in the 8th, and then scored on the front end of Murphy's home run. Sánchez, besides that, is grounded out short twice and flying to right field. Simard steps off. Wichita Wranglers with 7 runs on 9 base hits. Since the start of the 7th inning, they've had 6 runs on 6 base hits. Pitch, swing and a miss by Sánchez. Very odd-looking swing, just about nothing but wrists on the swing. 0-2 on the Wichita shortstop. Simard gets the sign, comes home with the 0-2. Curveball fouled back. Another odd swing by Sánchez. He's fooled on that pitch, but somehow got a little piece to stay alive. Michel Simard trying to keep the Wranglers to just 2 runs this inning. The stretch, the 0-2 pitch, just a little bit high. And it's 1-2. Simard has shown some good stuff with the Travelers. You don't hear about him much as a prospect. His stuff's been pretty good. Pitch outside, a close one again. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Into the stretches to Mard. Hicks delivers. Line drive towards right field. Gates is there, backpedaling to make the catch. Side retired. Wranglers scored 2 runs in the ninth on 3 base hits and 1 error. 2 left. Going into the bottom of the ninth inning, Travelers need 6 to tie, 7 to win. Wichita up 7-1 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field, 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
The Wichita Wranglers decide to bring Leo Nunez out of the bullpen to pitch in the ninth. Nunez's responsibility is to protect a 6-run lead, needing just 3 outs to hold on to the win. So Derek DeFries was perfect in an inning and 2/3. Struck out 3 Travelers using just nothing but a slider and the occasional fastball. 7-1, Wichita leads. They've led ever since the 7th inning. It was a tight game over the first 6. 1-1 score going into the 7th, but the Wranglers 2 runs in every inning since then to take what is a commanding 6-run lead. Brandon Wood and Matt Brown versus Nunez, who the Travelers are seeing for the 2nd time this year. Third time. He's 0-1 against the Travs, allowing 3 runs in 3 1/3 innings. Teal to lead off, 1 for 3, and Nunez with a heavy fastball, high and outside, ball 1. Leo Nunez has allowed 4 runs in 6 innings and 6 hits, but he's also walked 7. Pitch to Peel is a strike with a fastball, and it's 1-1. Nunez did get some big league time with the Royals last year, but he was smacked around pretty heavily. A 1-1 pitch. Field takes it, and it's a strike at the knees of another fastball, and it's 1-2. Nunez's ERA with the Royals last season was 7.55. He dominated in the Texas League with a 0.69 ERA in 12 games. The big league's a little different. 1-2 to Peel. A slider missed 2-2. Nunez, originally from the Pirate system, was traded to the Royals in the deal that sent Pittsburgh Benito Santiago in 2004. Peel strokes a line drive to right, then Rizzo coming in, and he makes the catch and then does a 360, a very odd-looking dance by the right fielder. Peel was right on it, but he is now 1 for 4, and the Travs are down to their last 2 outs. Standing in is Wood. Brandon's had a tough game at the plate today. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a fly out to left. Pitch on the way to Wood. Swing and a miss, a slider from Nunez. Don't see that too much. 0-1. Nunez kicks. Another slider, and Wood couldn't hold back on the swing. The plate umpire says he needs help, and the first base umpire says strike. 0-2. Another breaking ball by Nunez. Hasn't come with a fastball to Wood. Here's the 0-2 from Nunez. And there's the fastball, but it's outside where Nunez really seems to hop off the mound when he throws a fastball. He throws it hard. 1-2 pitch to Wood, and it's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on base. In fact, the Travelers haven't had a hit since the 5th inning triple by David Gates, and collected 4 hits overall. Tough night for the Travs after putting up 19 hits yesterday. 2-2 to Wood. Strike 3 called right at the knees. Nunez throws him with a fastball, and Brandon strikes out 3 times and goes 0 for 4. This will bring Matt Brown to the plate, and the Travs are down to their final out. Matt Brown is 0 for 3. Strikeout, pop-up, and a ground out to third base. And here's Nunez coming home. Brown takes a fastball. Strike 1 called inside corner. Wranglers leading 7-1. Bottom 9, and the base is empty. And the 0-1 to Brown. Just missed a little outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. A slider by Nunez makes it 1-2. The Wranglers trying to pick up their 4th win of the year. 1 strike away from it. Nunez delivers, and Brown takes it low. It's in the dirt. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still just a little glimmer of hope left. Nunez lines up. The right-hander throws to Brown. Ball 3. Full count. Mike Elward's on deck. 6-run deficit. 7-1 Wichita. Allstate Insurance postgame report comes after the final out. We'll have all the scores from the Texas and Major Leagues and the recap of the game. Here's the payoff, and that is strike 3 called over the outside corner. Brown can't believe it. But that's going to end the game. 5 batters called out on strikes today, and the Wichita Wranglers win it 7-1 using 3 homers and an outstanding pitching performance by Song, DePriest, and Nunez. And so the Travelers fall to 7-9, and Wichita up to 4-12. 7-1 the final. We'll come back next with the totals and the recap. This has been Traveler Baseball on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate covered in County Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and County Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. Stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Welcome to the Allstate Insurance postgame report from Ray Winder Field as the Wichita Wranglers defeat the Travs 7-1. Each team with a victory over the first two games of this five-game set. These totals are unofficial. The Wichita Wranglers scored 7 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They stranded 3. The Arkansas Travelers scored 1 run on 4 hits. 1 error, and the Travelers also stranded 3. The winning pitcher is Sung Song. Song moves to 1-1. Daniel Davidson, a tough loss. And Davidson falls to 0-1. 2 hours 46 minutes from first pitch till last. Paid attendance was 3,803. The Wichita Wranglers now with 4 wins against 12 losses, and the Travelers fall to 7-9. Recapping the game, mostly all about homers today. The Wichita Wranglers got in front of the second on a leadoff homer by Billy Butler to dead center field against Daniel Davidson, but the Travs second baseman Casey Smith answered that with a solo home run of his own in the third off Sung Song. So we continued tied at 1. Going into the 7th inning, Davidson offered up his only walk of the night, giving a free pass to Alex Gordon to start the 7th. And the next batter was Billy Butler, and he crushes a pitch over the right field fence, driving in both Gordon and himself. And that gave the Wranglers a lead that they would never relinquish. And in fact, at that point, Wichita had the lead of 3-1. Travelers, meanwhile, they never even got another hit after the 5th inning. David Gates had a 2-out triple, but the Travs went hitless the rest of the way. The Wranglers kept piling it on. Bobby Zimmerman came onto the 8th, got 2 quick outs, but then allowed a single by Ángel Sánchez. And then Donnie Murphy goes deep to center. Zimmerman would come back in the 9th, give up the leadoff single to Butler, who finishes 3 for 4. Mitch Maier would double in the 3rd. Pass ball by Del Chiaro brought in Butler, and a sac fly by Chris Lebansky capped the scoring. That made it 7-1, and the Wichita Wranglers would hold on to that. And Wichita really deserves a lot of credit for how they played today, considering they lost a tough one yesterday in 10 innings. And they come back and defeat the Travelers today by the final score of 7-1. Next up on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, we will be checking the scores from the majors in Texas League on the Allstate Insurance postgame report here on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Ray Winder Field as the Arkansas Travelers fall to the Wranglers today by a final score of 7-1. We'll have a look at all the scores from the Texas League and majors now on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. We have 1 game in progress in Texas League. Frisco has taken the lead over Corpus Christi thanks to a 4-run bottom of the 7th. It's the Rough Riders 6 and the Hooks 3 in the top of the 8th. Frisco trying to end the Hooks' 4-game winning streak. 2 finals. 1 losing streak continues. San Antonio loses their 8th straight game. Midland wins it 7-2. Jason Windsor, the winner, he's 2-1. Travis Blackley takes the loss, falls to 1-2. Crowder got the save. Vasily Spanos hit his 3rd home run for Midland. That will drop the Missions to 5-10. While the Rockhounds go to 9-7. And earlier today in the afternoon at Hammond Field in Springfield, the Cardinals fall to the Tulsa Drillers 9-6. That'll give Tulsa their own share of first place at 10-6. Springfield falls, Tulsa 11-5. Springfield falls to 10-6. Judd Songster gets the win. He's 1-0. Mark Worrell, the loser, is 1-1. Manuel Corpus saved his 3rd. The Drillers got 3 homers. Chris Iannetta, Matt McCree, and Jordan Zarnicki hit his 5th home run, tying him for the league lead. It was a 3-run shot in the 8th, and that was the big blast for the Drillers as they score 5 runs over the final 2 innings to to salt the game away. In the major leagues right now, these games in progress. It's the San Diego Padres trailing the Mets in the bottom of the third, 4-1. Mets getting homers from Xavier Nady and Castro. I believe that's Ramon Castro. Mike Piazza, meanwhile, went deep for the Padres. It's his second of the year. And the Arizona Diamondbacks lead the Dodgers 4-0 in the bottom of the third on a home run by Johnny Estrada, his second. 2 games postponed in the National League. The Braves and the Nationals will have to wait. In fact, they will not be making this game up until September the 18th. Postponement in Philadelphia with the Marlins and the Phillies. They'll be making that up on July the 30th. Daytime action at New Busch Stadium, and the Cardinals defeat the Chicago Cubs 4-1. Albert Pujols with another game-winning hit. It came as part of a 3-run rally in the 5th. Sidney Ponson, the winner, is 2-0. Jason Isringhausen saved his 5th, and Glendon Rush, the losing pitcher, falls to 1-3. Major League history made in Milwaukee today as the Brewers hit 5 home runs in the 4th inning as they shut out the Cincinnati Reds 11-0. Not only did Dave Bush throw a 4-hit shutout, but Damian Miller, Brady Clark, Bill Hall, J.J. Hardy, and Prince Fielder all hit home runs in the 4th inning as Brewers rally for 7. Just the 5th time a Major League team has hit 5 home runs in 1 inning. Last time it happened 40 years ago by the Minnesota Twins. Bush, the winner, 2-1. Clausen, the loser, he's 1-2. Final out of Houston. The Houston Astros shut out the Pirates by a 3-0 final score. Taylor Buchholz went the distance, and Buchholz with the win, a 2-hit shutout. He is 1-1. Actually did not go the distance. Brad Lidge came on for the last out. Buchholz only needed 1 out for the shutout, and yet Phil Garner removed him, brought in Lidge, and Lidge got his 7th save. Craig Biggio went deep for the second time this year. And one other game in progress, and this is in the bottom of the 9th at Colorado. 6-4, the Giants lead the Rockies. All kinds of home runs, including the first home run of the season for Barry Bonds. Omar Vizquel and Ray Durham also go deep. The Rockies got homers from 2 former Drillers, Brad Hawpe and Matt Holliday. In the American League, they're after 7 innings at Seattle. The Detroit Tigers 1, the Mariners nothing. Ends only 2 hits thus far. And the other games are all final scores. The Yankees beat the Orioles 6-1. Sean Chacon goes to 2-1 with the win. Daniel Cabrera, the losing pitcher, is 1-2. The Red Sox were losers today at Toronto 8-1. Roy Halladay, the winner, is 2-1. And Benji Molina hit the game's only homer. It was his 3rd. But even bad news for the Blue Jays on a day when they win, as A.J. Burnett goes on the disabled list for the 2nd time already this year. The Angels win today at Oakland 5-4, and Jeff Weaver, his first win as an Angel. Frankie Rodriguez saved his 6th. Nick Swisher homered for the A's. It was a grand slam, his 7th. Garrett Anderson also went deep for the Angels, his 4th. White Sox 9, Twins 2. Freddie Garcia, the winner, is 3-1. Brad Radke is 2-2 with the loss. 2 homers for the White Sox, Jermaine Dye and Jim Thome. Pine Bluff, Torrey Hunter hit his 5th. Kansas City 11, Cleveland 5. That breaks an 11-game losing streak for the Kansas City Royals. Mike Wood gets the win. He's 2-0. Paul Bird, the loser, falls to 2-2. And our last final score comes from Texas, where the Rangers fought back in the bottom of the 9th to defeat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 6-5. D-Rays had put up 3 runs in the 9th inning to tie the game against Francisco Cordero, but the Rangers win it in the bottom of the 9th with 1 run. Kevin Mensch went deep for Texas. Ty Wigginton and Johnny Gomes go deep for the Devil Rays. You're now up to date across all the scores from the Texas and Major Leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. It's always available online at southwest.com. We'll wrap up this broadcast after these words on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Tough night for the Arkansas Travelers as they lose to the Wichita Wranglers 7-1. Phil Elson with you here on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Here are your official final totals for today's game. We begin with the visiting Wichita Wranglers, the victors tonight. Wranglers 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, only 3 left. Travelers 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. And the Travelers also leave 3. Sung Song, the winner, goes to 1-1. Daniel Davidson, losing pitcher, falls to 0-1. There was no save. Time of game, 2 hours, 46 minutes. Paid attendance was 3,803. Your BC Powder player of the game today will be the left fielder of the Wichita Wranglers, Billy Butler. Butler finishes 3 for 4 with 2 home runs. He scored 3 times and also knocked in 3. Butler came into this game with 1 homer and 5 RBIs in 2 weeks during the season. He leaves the game with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs and a BC Powder Player of the Game award, and I'm sure he's very proud about that. BC Powder, the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers, because BC gets into your system fast and therefore goes to work fast. If it's headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. While the Travelers fall to a record of 7-9, and the Wranglers up to 4-12. The season series between these teams still in favor of the Travelers. Arkansas 5-2 against the AA affiliate of the Royals. We've got Game 3 of the series tomorrow night, actually tomorrow afternoon, and it's a big day at the ballpark. The gates will open at 12:30. We'll have the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund Kids Clinic on the field with the Traveler players and coaches beginning at 12:45. It's free for kids 18 and under, and the first 200 kids get a free Travs baseball. Also, AARP members get in for free just by showing their membership card. It's also Hot Springs Malvern night at the ballpark. There are free tickets located in Hot Springs or Malvern, MNB Bank, McDonald's, Cupid's, Zomber Technology, and the Malvern Chamber and the Hot Springs Chamber. And it's going to be all kinds of stuff going on tomorrow. Again, the gates open at 12:30. The Jim Elder Good Sports Fund Kids Clinic, 12:45. First pitch is 2 o'clock. And if you're looking for a discount admission, all you got to do is bring your church bulletin to the ballpark, and you'll get in for $6 for the entire family. It doesn't matter how many people you bring. And so if you can't be at the ballpark tomorrow, you can tune in to the ITT Tech pregame show at 1:40 right here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. Pitching matchup tomorrow, Travelers to be announced. It was originally going to be Steven Shell. He gets the call to AAA. It'll be Ryan Snare for the Wranglers, record of 2-0, 8.43 ERA, and Snare is a left-hander. So I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and a big thanks to Brad Hicks back at the studios at Little Rock ESPN 1380. To everyone at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the radio and on the webcast as well, and for you for tuning in. This is Phil Elson saying so long, good night. Don't forget, it is only a game, even with the Travelers losing 7-1. We'll be talking Traveler baseball again tomorrow afternoon.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.